He meets electricians like yesterday.
Smart fridge. Everybody wants one of those these days.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MV 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 173369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Did you know there are resources out there to support every Arizona service member, veteran, and their family? The Be Connected program is available statewide at no cost. We're here to help you navigate the system and get connected to whatever resources you need. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30-50-70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Listen to Jim Rome and the Jungle, weekday mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, live from the Harmon Solar Studios.
All right, people, settle down because it's time for
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and the Diamondbacks continue to make us very, very happy. We're not going to gloat. We're not going to jinx anything like we did last week, because you all know what happened then. I mean, heck, if we had done that, they'd be 7 or 8 games in the lead right now. So we're all going to be cool, calm, and collected. Nobody get too crazy, but it was really nice to see Alek Thomas come back and hit a home run in his return to the majors. As I told you yesterday, Merrill Kelly, it seems like he's having himself a nice year, and just pretty much smacked the Brewers into non-existence yesterday, 9-1. So plenty to be happy about there.
You know, Diamondbacks went into that game as the underdogs, by the way.
The
Brewers were not the underdogs. Diamondbacks were the underdogs.
Are they the underdogs again tonight?
I don't know what the spread is tonight. I'll have to check on that. But last night, if you would have taken the Diamondbacks to win, you'd have scored pretty big.
Well, I've got some information on that. So let's take a look. The spread is 1.5, and it's plus 1.5 in favor of the Brewers. And
see, they've got the Brewers as the favorites tonight.
This is interesting. I've never bet baseball before. I've never seen how they do stuff. And they show the money line plus 105 on the Dimebacks and minus 125 on the Brewers. Over under is 9. Well, that's interesting because last night, it was 9-1. So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, this is a home game for the Brewers. Think the Dimebacks can take another one, or is this just...
Who's on the hill for the Snakes tonight? Let me see here.
I got it. I got you. We got Corbin. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. You got Ryan Nelson.
Ryan Nelson
with an ERA of 5.30.
Going up against what's the matchup?
Colin Ray.
Colin Ray,
right-handed pitcher with an ERA of 4.71.
Yeah, I'll take the Diamondbacks and I'll take the under. Diamondbacks and under.
All right. I mean, usually we go around the room. So, Keon, I'm taking the exacto. I'm doing it before you can scoop.
Well, that's what he does. He does the push every time.
It'll be exactly 9. What do you say?
I'll go over. I think that both of these pitchers are shaky enough. True. And the way that the Diamondbacks have been hitting the ball, it is hard for me to pick the under in a lot of the games that they're in. So I'll take the over and I'll take the Diamondbacks.
All right. Fair enough. And I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going to happen.
By the way, I just before we went on the air, got a text from the Sarge.
Okay.
According to his research, and it's the Sarge's research on Diamondbacks is pretty damn stellar.
Okay.
Diamondbacks the only team this year that have not been shut out.
That is absolutely true. I was about to tell you that myself. And I was surprised to see that. But you know what? Even back at the beginning of the season where we thought, well, we'll see what happens. And they kind of did well. And the Dodgers were like, woo.
Yeah.
But I did not realize that they have not been shut out once.
The only team in Major League Baseball that has not been shut out. Just saying.
So they can hit the ball.
They're hitting the ball well. This has been the biggest turnaround for this team. And you're getting some timely pitching. Merrill Kelly's doing well. Zach Gallen is doing well. This team they've got starting pitching. They've got some young bats in the lineup. They've got some youth and exuberance in the lineup. They're stealing bases. They're getting timely hitting. It's their bullpen that I'm worried about. It is the bullpen that I am worried about. That for me, that is the Diamondbacks' Achilles heel. And as the season goes on, I think we'll see that come to fruition. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to this team as we start approaching, the trade deadline.
I'm just feeling a little bit nervous.
What are you nervous about?
Gloating, getting crazy, and putting the jinx in. You know what I mean? I want to.
Did you hear me gloat? Was I gloating?
No. You're not. You're fine. But then when you say nice things and all these cool things are happening, and it does start to. It starts to well up in me. So I think I'm just going to stop talking about baseball.
All right. Well,
I just don't want to jinx anything.
Well, you don't want to stop talking about baseball. I mean, because when we talk about the Yankees, they lose. And it's okay for us to talk about how terrible we dislike the Dodger blue. It's okay. That's not gloating.
All right. I don't want to upset anything. I want this to continue. I want us to continue to do well. And I don't want to.
Gloating would be like, ha, Dodgers, you had your chance. Now you pooped your pants. See, that would be gloating.
I might still do that. Making fun of them is okay. I think that gloating too much about what we're doing is probably not in our best interest.
I think that you can appreciate what the Diamondbacks are doing without writing them into the World Series.
Listen,
you don't have to do that.
I'll tell you what. In the West here, let's just stay in the NL West. Look out. The Giants are hot. They're in fuego right now. The Giants, for me, are the team to kind of watch out. They could really catch fire and go on a real tear here. And the next thing you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think we play the Giants quite a bit here coming up. The Giants are the team we need to watch out for, gentlemen.
Yeah, I like that too. It makes me feel even better about my dislike for the Dodgers. So
you got a 4-game series coming up against the Giants. Well, hold on. Maybe if it didn't jump back on me there. Sorry, 3-game series against the Giants starting Friday.
Ooh. All right. Well, that'll be good. I like this. I like that there are teams sort of jockeying for position and going back and forth. I think it makes it more interesting. Show the show says, Jeffrey, starting to get that football itch running up my neck. Any good or bad intel on Anthony Deshaun Richardson? Yeah, actually, they're saying he's doing really well in camp and he's figuring some things out. And, he's improving every day. He's, Gardner Minshew's had nice things to say, and, he doesn't have to. But of course, the organization is always going to say all that stuff, aren't they? They're always going to say nice things because they figure, well, if this guy is a bust, at least we can try to trade him. But if we ever say bad things about him, that would be harder.
Well,
so I don't trust anything anybody says. I want to trust what I see.
I think it's easy to say nice things about a guy, too, if there are actually traits there that you can compliment. You're not going to point out all the negatives. But for instance, that first year that Jordan Love was there and we just didn't hear anything from the Packers camp, like they weren't going to lie to you because if he eventually goes out on the field and we see he doesn't have it, that's obviously a problem.
Jordan Love can throw that football over those mountains over there.
Sure. It's just, so I do think that it's good that they have a lot of positive things to say, because the other direction is just silence. Just, he's doing well.
No, but I think Anthony, Deshaun Richardson is doing just fine, Joe. Mr. Pringles says, well, no more oral for CWS. Again, what? We just call your team your college Oral Roberts. Just doesn't,
That was the name of a guy that he lived in a time when people actually named their children that on purpose.
But see, just, I'm just saying.
That's his name.
Just, I don't know. Maybe Roberts University. Why even or O. Roberts University? Why are you asking for that kind of trouble? Oral on your shirt. Okay. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I love talking smack about the Cubs, crushing the Pirates daily. Did Antonio Brown start pitching for them or something? Yeah, what's going on with the Pirates? Thought they were supposed to be good.
Well, they have a good young nucleus. They've got some young coaching. They certainly have a team that can be exciting and fun to watch. But I think, the Reds are starting to play some great ball. They've got that Ellie kid that is their shortstop. They got Joey Votto back last night. Joey Votto, welcome back with a home run. I think his first AB since returning from the injured list. And there's too much competition in the Central, man. Too much competition. And the Cubs, look, I mean, if it wasn't for the St. Louis Cardinals holding up the Cubs would float to the bottom like a bag of rocks. Okay,
that's probably
the Cubs team is just bad.
Yeah. Twitty says, FYI, those mountains that Jordan Love can throw over, it's Coors Light, Ken. Silver bullet. Blissful Hayes says, is there an Anal Roberts University?
No.
If not, there should be.
No. See, I was just doing a quick study, just a quick Google of any university starting with the man's name Anal.
Can I just say this? If there was an Anal Roberts University, women would only go there, like on your birthday. 888-368-1580. Mr. Pringle, Oral Hershiser. Remember him?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The Bulldog.
Maybe next year we get Morehead State in the College World Series.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
It's probably good. Baker's Cocky Hen says, damn it. All right. So go Diamondbacks. I don't want to spend much time on that, although, Josh Rojas ended up getting sent down to the minors. And, Torey Lovello, the way I just feel like they give too much information out to the press. I didn't need to hear Torey Lovello give a full account of his conversation with Josh Rojas when he sent him down to the minors. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like some of those things should just be private. He says, one thing I told him is our best team, our best 26 has you on it, but not at the pace you're playing right now. That's not going to help anybody. And he understood. He was disappointed. And then they sent him down. They sent him packing. But I just feel like, gee whiz, does that I don't like that. That he's just given that sort of information on a conversation like that.
Well, they got some guys back, and they feel like Josh Rojas has been he's been kind of slipping lately, and they want to send him down to a lesser division, and let him get some work in. They're trying to get his confidence back.
We can see that, but I don't need Torey Lovullo go in public saying, I think he was a far cry from the player he was, and that's what I explained to him. He told like the whole story. He says, you're going to go down, you're going to get on your feet again, hopefully get 40, 60, very consistent at bats, get some rhythm in your swing, get a feel for the game, come back up here and help us win. I don't need the entire conversation. I see what you're saying. I'm being picky here, but I feel like
I see what you're
saying. I got sent down, I wouldn't want a whole recollection, fireside chat telling of how I got sent down to the minors. I don't know. Yeah, it's just me. And he said, he did say this that was interesting. At the end, he says, Torey Lovullo says this, he says, if you told me at the beginning of the year that we'd be 14 games above 500, I'd tell you you're probably drinking too much wine. Too much red wine, and I am too, he says. Well, we've always known that. And he says, it just goes to show you anything's possible in this game because guys have emerged. So that's Torey Lovullo saying that. So I don't know. I just don't like the if I fire somebody, I don't think I want to release it out to, I know he's not fired, but it kind of feels like that. I didn't like the videos where they show on like, I was at Hard Knocks, they're like, come on in, bring your playbook. Oh crap. Just like, why do that to someone?
That's the reality of the game, though.
I know it's the reality, but those things I think should be private. I feel like that ain't right. That's it's already a thing that hurts and sucks a lot when it happens. You don't need it on video. You don't need a recollection on at a press conference.
But they didn't. They haven't given up on Josh Rojas. They're what they're trying to do is groom him a little more. They're trying to get him, some at bats. Try to get him more playing time that he's probably not going to get on the big team. They send him down and let him get some more at bats and some more, repetitions in the lineup and he get like he said, get some rhythm back to his game. He's been struggling as of late. They do that with young players all the time.
Well, I know. I don't know.
That's not being fired.
I wouldn't want if I got sent down. Let's say I got sent down to Tucson to do radio. You know what I mean? Because that's what it'd be like getting sent down to the minors. You know what I'm saying?
Dear God, not Tucson.
We got to send you down to Tucson and get your chops back. I wouldn't want that publicized.
We can't go to Tucson.
We wouldn't. I'd quit.
We can't. Yeah.
You see me driving like a mail truck or something next time. He's like, I didn't go into Tucson. But anyways, that's just a me thing, I guess. Blissful Hayes says maybe Ball State will make the College World Series next year. Probably not, but you can always hope. I mean, if you want to just list every sketchy college name you want, go right ahead, guys. 888-368-1580. I was a little bit troubled. When I saw this because we just went through this and it didn't go so well. Of course, if you jump back over it, it did happen and it did kind of go well, but then it was also a different city. You have no idea what I'm talking about right now, do you?
No.
Here's the headline. Rob Manfred hopes the Diamondbacks can reach a stadium deal. Like, wait, what? The Diamondbacks have a stadium. They got Chase Fields just sitting right there. Turns out their lease is up in 2027. And so now they're trying to figure out if Moneybags Ken Kendrick is going to do a renovation on Chase Field, which, by the way, he won't want to pay for, or if he's going to look for a new ballpark. I'm like, what? If that's the case, a new ballpark, I feel like it's just this is just silliness. If you keep coming to the taxpayers asking for more and more money, the first things they're going to say is, isn't that a stadium right over there you're playing in? I was just at Chase Field a couple of weeks ago. Perfectly nice. No problem. I don't know what the problem is. And you also have to remember, yes, the Phoenix Suns were able to get the city of Phoenix with an awful lot of pressure from all sorts of people to go ahead and vote on paying the money to, tax money to renovate the America West Arena. What's it called now? Foot Fungus Arena. And so then when they went to Tempe, there are three different Tempe propositions trying to get the Coyotes built that new arena there. They lost and it just didn't happen. So now the Coyotes are still trying to figure out what they're going to do next. So this may not be the environment for the Diamondbacks to start going pass the hat around. No, we're going to pass that hat right back. So I don't know if that could be, I mean, I know this is a few years away, but it starts to
Does this mean like he'll try to move the Diamondbacks
Well,
out of here?
I mean, I don't think he's going to try to move anybody. That would, first of all, that couldn't originate with Rob Manfred. It'd have to originate with the ownership group. There would have to be in agreement with a move to another city. And where are they going to move? All right, there was a lot of skepticism today about maybe the league is going to be expanding, and that Nashville seems to be a popular vote by most of Major League Baseball players for an expansion city. But put a pin in that aside from there. They've been talking. They've been kind of in the background over the last few seasons, Jeffrey. You might remember 2 years ago, there was some talk about Henderson, Nevada, kind of luring the Diamondbacks. And then last year, there was these, renderings that came out about a new ball facility out near their training facility out there, on the reservation lands out there, just south and east of the station there, where the park is. You know what I mean? Out there on that land, they were talking about maybe going out there and building some extravagant facility out there. This is all politics. This is all kind of the murmuring that starts happening. Ken Kendricks is not going to get
Rob Manfred.
Well, Ken Kendricks and Rob Manfred clearly have been talking.
Oh, absolutely. Because here is what he said. He says, I think Ken Kendrick has indicated a willingness to fulfill his side of sort of the public-private partnership to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. So it indicates they're going to say, hey, you guys need to either pay or pay partially for this. And he says, whenever you get near the end of a lease, you get yourself in a situation where what I regard to be public assets. No, Rob Manfred, these are, they're not supposed to be public assets. They're supposed to be private assets, and we shouldn't be asking taxpayers to fund these things. I get it. It helps the economy nearby. Give them some tax breaks, but I don't think you need to start raising taxes on hardworking people just to get something built that they want.
Exactly.
Something they want, not the people, the owners, and the Major League Baseball.
Exactly where I was going. And remember the big brouhaha we had when Sarver wanted to retrofit the U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix, and we had our lady here that came out in the city council.
He's so tight,
yeah,
she squeaks when he walks.
Talking about the millionaires and the billionaires and all that. Same type of thing's going to happen here. The only problem is the political climate here has become more shut off and opposed to. I referenced the Coyotes' recent flailing in the city of Tempe. They just thought they were going to walk in there and they were going to get a brand new facility. That's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen with the Diamondbacks. They might come to an agreement on retrofitting downtown Phoenix, the park in downtown Phoenix. But I don't see the taxpayers of Arizona jumping in on any new baseball facility here.
I don't feel like Manfred's paying attention because he says a stadium is a public asset. There's going to need to be updating. Again, so if a stadium is a public asset, why are we paying tickets? Why do we have to, where's our part of the profits?
And that's a problem too. And I know we're against a break here, but the Diamondbacks don't own Bank One Ballpark. That's part of the Maricopa County Stadium, Sports and Stadium Committee, something like that.
Oh, they don't own
They don't own that ballpark.
And I guess in this case, he's right.
It is the county that owns. Is it the county that owns Bank One Ballpark? I think it's the county, and the city of Phoenix owns the Footprint Center. So, those tax dollars, although they were supposed to be put away, and there was a hotel tax and a rental car tax. Yeah, well, George could speak to it. I mean, he knows all about it. But that's kind of flown away on some different things. It just mysteriously wandered out into the multiverse there somewhere and is not sitting there anymore. So here we go. Let's hit Mr. John Q. Public again and see if the middle class can go ahead and pay for these billionaires' new ballparks. I don't think it's going to happen here, to be honest with you.
The Chase Field is owned by the Maricopa County Stadium District.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, I guess for some reason I thought that I thought they leased. Well, no, doesn't matter. I guess so. I guess if updating needs to be done, then it does fall on the Maricopa County people. So, why do we get ourselves into this?
Why do we get ourselves into these things? Why do people? Joe the Show says, truthfully, fellas, I would go to a hockey game if we're in Tempe. Glendale location just isn't the same. Tempe would supply the setting and vibe for a different kind of fun there, but I don't know. They need to figure it out or ship them on out of here, I guess. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, the Bills, building their stadium, they're about to run into some trouble too. Let's talk about that. We come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Diamondbacks continuing their series with the Milwaukee Brewers tonight. It'll be Ryan Nelson getting the start for Arizona, while Colin Ray will counter for Milwaukee. Both pitchers are 3-4 on the season. Arizona getting a run and a half, -182 on the money line, while Milwaukee is +150. On the run line, Diamondbacks +110, Milwaukee -130 with an over-under tonight at 9. The over is -120, the under -102. Arizona in first place in the National League West. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off Super Paint products and Super Deck stains June 16th through the 26th. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
This isn't a game of touch in the backyard.
I tore his ass up.
This isn't tossing around the ball with your friends. And it sure as hell isn't flag football.
This is the NFL. Hard-hitting, pad-smacking, body-busting football.
We've got all the primetime games in one place.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Wait, did you point at me? I wasn't looking. Sorry. Did I just come in like in the middle of a sentence?
No, I think he pointed at you.
I did.
Pretty sure.
I did. I wasn't looking. That's on me. Sorry. Oh no, he was supposed to say it in my ear.
Yeah, I did none of the two.
Did anything I said even come out?
It did.
Do I talk now?
You can, yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, it's Deadly Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic.
Hello?
You're here, Randy. I can hear you, Randy. I can hear you. What was I going to say? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. This is a weird
Text line,
888-368-1580. It's a weird, slow start to the show today. Berg says, we could always talk about the 30th anniversary of a certain event that happened today in Phoenix. No, we won't. Berg, you stupid face. I don't want to do it. He tried to get me to do this on Twitter. I'm not going to do it. I'm not, I'm sitting there watching some sports show on TV. I don't remember which one. And they put it on the TV. All right. It's not going to, what? No. It's it's about they're in the Bulls. Remember Paxson, 3-pointer, Danny Ainge didn't even bother to put his hands up in the air.
30th today.
Yep.
Knowing Berg, I would have thought it was the 30th, but no, it'd be more than that, wouldn't it?
Traumatizing experience watching the entirety of what was supposed to be a championship season. I know it was a tall ask, even with Charles Barkley and Danny Ainge and Thunder Dan and old Kevin, and someday I'll be a mayor and get into sexual trouble, Johnson. I just thought for sure that, I was all in, man. I was all in. And then just John Paxson, 3, wide open. Danny Ainge didn't bother, didn't put his hands up. It's traumatizing, Berg, and I don't want to talk about it. I can't be the only person who's traumatized by that.
I let it go a long time ago.
I don't know if Keon was even alive yet, but I think we had to watch
I was, but I wasn't here, so
it's traumatizing. It's horrible. So
no,
Berg,
it was bad. Yeah.
Don't turn back into evil Berg.
Why is he shooting shade at the Phoenix Suns? He's a Boston sports guy, right? I mean, why does he want to bring up the Suns got beat by the Bulls 30 years ago today?
What's your problem, Berg? Berg, what's your problem? Sheriff Tom says Josh Rojas has a lower ERA than the Diamondbacks' 3, 4, and 5 starters. Combined? Mr. Pringle says, I hear concession lines are pretty long at the Chase Field. They don't have quadruple X t-shirts at every shop around the park at Chase. I think the city taxpayers should pony up and rectify these substandard amenities. They don't need to get shirts just for your fat ass. I mean, how's that have anything to do with renovating the stadium? And by the way, concession stand lines are long. Let me tell you, I walked the concourse on that, and there's repetitive concession businesses and Chick-fil-A. There's tons of different concessions there. And it's, what do you want? I mean, what do you want them to do? Sometimes that's part of the experience. Do you know anybody who has like a fast, concession experience at any stadium? I mean, do the math. You can't just get instant gratification. When you're trying to get food at a ballpark, right?
I think with the Diamondbacks, you can. It just depends on what you want. They've got concession all over that ballpark. I think the thing that they're thinking about is refreshing it, new electronics, new athletic facilities, training facilities, probably batting facilities under, the batting cages underneath, clubhouse revamp, new sound and lighting systems. Things like new seating arrangements, and new facilities to put new vendors in there, the main primary vendors in there, probably a fresh coat of paint, things like necessary.
That. Mr. Pringle says, how do you know I'm a fat ass? You're complaining about not being able to get a quadruple X t-shirt.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I wear a double X t-shirt just for the comfort, but triple X, sometimes they make nice sleeping shirts, but I don't know. I just felt like calling you fat ass. Sorry. Wilbur says the movie Jaws hit the movie theaters 48 years ago today. Why do you all think I give a crap about this day in history? I'm aggravated about this day in history because of what happened with the Suns back 30 years ago.
Let's change the subject. You know what today is, Jeffco?
I do know. It's Taco Tuesday, baby.
Taco Tuesday, baby. Taco Tuesday. It's not firing. I don't know.
We might get some tacos.
Here we go. Yeah, see. There he goes.
See, this is kind of weird show we're having today. This has a
full moon.
feeling like it might become a hell show.
It's like a full
Remember
moon.
we talked about that, where nothing seems really working quite right, and
see if I can make this work again. See, it's not working right. It's not working right.
Yeah, let's steer into it. We'll waterland this sumbitch. Straight Striper says there's got to be a new team for Major League Baseball players being downgraded. Sent to the minors just doesn't seem right.
There it is.
Yeah, we didn't need that there, Randy. That was does it even make sense to have that right there? He didn't even say the word taco in any of that.
Well, all right, taco. There it is. It's working now.
Average Joe says, seriously, Mr. Pringle, you're named after a potato chip and you're wondering if somebody thinks you're a fat ass?
Oh my God.
Damn.
Well, don't feel bad. I just ate some Pringles today. So I did. I had Pringles with lunch, Mr. Pringle. So, the Bills are building a new stadium, and I just don't get it. We actually talked about this a little bit. The Bills, they have 63,000 season ticket holders right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that's really good. They're a crazy bunch. They're super duper into their team. They'll go through blizzards. They'll jump through tables. They'll do all them sorts of things. And they're like, hey, here's the idea. We're going to build a new stadium. Yay. It'll have 60,000 seats. Yeah. What? What? We have 63,000 season ticket holders, and you're building this. You could choose how many seats go in the stadium, and you're stopping at 60,000. You're going to, so what? 3,000 people? Sorry. Bye-bye now. What the hell? What are they doing? I mean, how much more expensive is it just to slap 3,000 more seats in there?
I mean,
that's a good question.
I don't know how much more expensive it is. It's probably just, one of those things where they had somebody design the stadium and the shape of it and all of that. And this person's
how about a shape that fits 63,000 people?
Correct. But this person's shape did not include that design. And so, if they roll with the design, they like the design. Yeah, they're going to probably lose 3,000 people. And
why would they do that?
Season tickets are just going to cost more because suddenly they're more scarce. How about that?
Yeah, I get you, but you have 3,000 who are already paying. You raise the prices, but don't cut people out. I mean, that's insane. And the 3,000 season ticket holders getting froze out the minute the thing opens up. That just doesn't seem right. I mean, people aren't thinking. People aren't thinking. You know how much more money? Make it a 70,000 seat, stadium. A couple more rows around the top or something. I don't know what to tell you. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to go through all this trouble. You're hitting up the county, you're hitting up the peoples, and you're like, okay, now we're gonna make you drive a little extra far away, but now less people get to go. Just baffles my mind.
No, it's confusing. I don't think that that's a wise decision on their part, but
they are going to raise the season ticket prices. It says here, according to the Buffalo News, I'm reading the article on it right now. They are going to raise the prices, and they're also going to hand over the season ticket accounts to a broker, which is going to cost even more. And brokers will then be in the business of handling the season tickets for the Buffalo Bills. Ticket brokers.
Sure, but that's not. Now, keep in mind. I part of me wonders, are they trying to take some of these tickets off the hands of the season ticket holder to put them into that pile? So because then they make money, everybody makes money.
Yeah, but they're talking about raising season ticket prices per season.
Yeah.
So, depending on the seats. Now, this is one guy that says he probably won't be able to fork out the $6,000 or $7,000 more per year for his season tickets.
And might just lose 3,000 naturally, I guess.
Each of his seats will cost him $6,000 to $7,000 more each.
Gee, many Christmas.
And the current stadium holds 71,000. So I don't know.
Oh my God! What the hell?
But I see a lot of stadiums doing this, or a lot of teams doing this. When they get the new stadium, they make the arena smaller. Because a lot of people actually, have been watching more and more games at home. So you don't want a bigger stadium. You want a smaller stadium that you can charge.
Look bad.
So it doesn't look bad, but also so you can charge more for the tickets.
Right. But that makes sense, Keon, except for the Buffalo Bills could probably fill a 70,000 seat stadium every single time.
Yeah.
They are insane. They are, even if the Bills aren't that great, they are there. They are jumping through tables,
That's
getting
true.
liquored up, sitting out there in a blizzard. So I just, this makes no sense to me. I mean, I get the reasonable arguments that you have presented, Keon, and the thought processes that you have given Randy. Still, you have the opportunity to build the new place. Part of what you do, sell tickets, make money. So maybe have another 70,000 seat stadium. You still can charge more, but now you're cutting people out. I get it. I understand the business prospect.
I'm just saying that I'm not even saying they're right. I'm just saying that from a financial perspective, that's probably how they're looking at it. And they're a big, giant NFL team. 3,000 people probably doesn't hurt them that much.
I think Keon might be secretly very rich. Because he's always coming out on the side of the owners of the teams and stuff.
Yeah.
I promise you, I promise you I don't.
For them.
I
wonder if
don't.
he is secretly rich, has investments in some of these things.
Interesting.
I like that you think that I am secretly rich and then still choosing to work a job. But no.
Exactly.
No. I'm just saying they're a big corporation.
Crazy like a Keon.
And I'm actually not coming out on
Yeah.
their side. I'm saying
Yeah.
they're a corporation. They probably don't care about as much people as much as we
I
do.
think Keon is one of those, what do you call those moles? I think he's a mole. I think he secretly works. I think he's no, I think he's a mole. I think he's a mole for the evil NFL empire.
And, like an undercover boss.
Oh yeah. And he's here to pick information off of us, and then he feeds it back to the NFL elite. That's what he's doing.
He just gets richer and
Yeah.
richer.
Oh,
as we
yeah.
get poorer and poorer.
I promise you, richer is not something that's been used to
You see
describe
what I'm
me in
saying?
about 10 years.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching on YouTube, you can't
Yeah.
see this, but I am squinting at him
Yeah.
suspiciously.
Squint away, man. Do you know how much financial trouble today has caused me? No.
See?
No.
See? Right there. You see that right there? You see what he just said?
Misdirection.
My paltry sum of money is already smaller than it needs to be.
Wilbur wants to know, Keon, is your daddy Daniel Snyder?
No.
Hmm.
My dad was a man named Jolyon Rose, and he's dead.
Moist One says is it Pegulas are known scumbags. Am I pronouncing that right? The Pegula?
The Pegulas, yeah.
Pegula?
No, he's not a Pegula. No, Keon's not a scumbag. He's
Caligula?
just a shrewd mole for the NFL owners.
He's not a gopher. He's
No, I
not
didn't
even
say
a meerkat.
I say he's a mole. He's finding out. He's working his way into the undergrounds of the United States here.
Getting valuable information.
Mm-hmm.
Wilbur said he hesitated.
Uh-huh.
Hesitated about what?
See?
Yeah. Tom says Keon is a secret billionaire, international man of mystery. So he's Batman. He's Batman. Randy White for president 2024.
Thank you.
Walter Mellon says, have we seen Keon and Roger Goodell in the same place at the same time?
No, we have not.
That's a good point.
But I don't think you have to. We don't look anything
We
alike.
have not seen them in the same place at the same time.
And depending on who is pretending to be whom,
I've seen
potentially
Keon
troubling.
frown when I call Roger Goodell a pasty, chubby alcoholic. I've seen him make weird faces.
And
when I do
there it
that,
is.
and I've always wondered why.
Yep.
Why,
and there
why
it
would I
is.
frown during that?
There it is.
He
There's
is
the
those
connection.
things.
Yeah.
He's all of those things. I don't understand.
And there's the connection, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Roger Goodell not a chubby pasty alcoholic? Am I missing something?
More misdirection right here, Andy.
I don't understand.
I think
So
you're
wait,
right.
so I can say it without frowning, but somehow I can't help but frown
Well,
when
now
you say
because
it.
you're not being caught off guard by it.
Yeah. Now you know it's coming.
You're trying to convince
I am
us you're
never
not
caught off guard by it
See,
because
Keon,
he literally described Roger
we
Goodell
can
that way
read
all the
you
time.
like a well-read book. We can read you. We've opened
comic book,
we've opened your covers, my friend.
We have a lot of text sitting here on the text line that we got to get to. I don't have time to peel this onion, but just understand this right here, right now, Keon. We've got our eyes on you.
We're watching.
Okay.
It'd be just like Roger Goodell to make me pay for lunch. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Turn your home into restricted airspace. Tell incoming flights you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials light trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials light trap. Insecticide-free protection.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Think for a moment about how much time you spend planning your vacation. Now, think about how much time you spend planning for retirement. Maybe it's time to change your focus. Maybe it's time to take a trip.
I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. My team of certified financial planners uses their Target Retirement Income Planning Model, or TRIP. TRIP is an important tool which we use to evaluate investment strategies and lifetime income products. Then we use that information to determine the best strategy that could provide you with the financial security you seek and the peace of mind you deserve. Call Compact Asset Management at 1-800-388-9700 for your comprehensive, customized TRIP report with specific recommendations designed just for you. Call 1-800-388-9700. That's 1-800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services member, FINRA, SIPC.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
The Daily Blender on this Tuesday, which is Dinger Tuesday, by the way. You hit a home run with a $5 Dinger Tuesday bet on FanDuel Sportsbook each and every Tuesday. All customers get $5 in bonus bets back for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on MLB games. And the best part about Dinger Tuesdays is even if your bet loses, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run hit. For example, tonight, Christian Walker has been just on a tear lately, hitting home runs for these Diamondbacks, and they're in action in Milwaukee. Seems like a good night for maybe he goes off. C-Dub goes off for a home run. I would put my money on C-Dub. You also have you got a lot of other guys to choose from. Corbin Carroll, you can't go wrong with him. No better
choice.
No better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head on over to your FanDuel account or download FanDuel Sportsbook app by going to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and pick your home run hitter. That's FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Remember, you got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
All right, thanks, Randy. I got to get caught up on the text line. We are very much behind, and this is just feeling like a weird show. So, you know, we'll just let these guys take over.
Okay.
Blissful Hayes says it's a man card violation to wear a sleeping shirt to bed. What are you
That's
talking
not true.
about?
That's not true.
Pajamas are not a violation. A T-shirt is not a violation.
Yeah.
I tell you, whether I was sleeping with a lady or by myself, I feel like I don't like the way parts of my skin sticks to other parts of my skin. You know, I don't like to. I even put a sheet in between my legs. I don't know why. I just don't like the feeling of my own skin on skin. That's just a weird thing for me, maybe, but it's definitely not a man card violation. I mean,
no,
it's not pink or nothing, you know. Pringle says, would you please talk about NFL quarterbacks? I'd love for Keon to break down Cardinals' new quarterback tune from a fundamental standpoint. You fundamentally can't. You have no information on a cartoon.
I mean, just except for what you saw in college, and you know, there are some things
You
about
watch
him
a lot of his games in college.
I mean, once I saw the Cardinals drafted him, you know, go back and find some stuff. It's
so YouTube videos,
YouTube videos, and also there are
he wasn't
places
exactly on the tip of your tongue ever, was he?
Well, no, because he played at Houston, and even though Houston was really good last year, they were playing in a group of 5 conference, and I mostly pay attention to Power 5. But I mean, he was putting up video game numbers, so it's not like I never heard of him. He was in an air raid system, like an actual air raid.
That's a bad word around here.
Oh boy!
I mean, it only is because it never actually happened here.
The Erectinator says, hey guys, the Suns and D. Ayton remind me of you guys and Ralph keeping the biggest idiot that takes up most space for no damn reason. I don't understand what he's saying. Is he saying that Ralph is DeAndre Ayton?
I guess.
I thought he was alluding to that maybe Ralph is the Suns and we're DeAndre Ayton.
We're just taking up too much space.
Yeah, we're just
is it
breathing up all
Erectinator?
the oxygen?
Because
I feel like maybe today we are.
Erectinator doesn't like Ralph, so if it has to be.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's always hacking on him. Then I see when I wasn't here,
I finally got an answer out of him.
Yeah. Says a listener for the past couple of years, and Ralph just seems like a douche nozzle every time he talks. All right, Erectinator, this is it. Honor system, truth or bye-bye. You're Booger Wolf, aren't you? You got to answer that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, you need to double Keon's pay from 1 0 to 2 zeros. Mr. Wilbur says, Jerry Jones and Keon look an awful lot alike. How tricky is that? A Washington fan, yet a Dallas daddy. Classic misdirection.
Yep.
Yeah, I am offended that you would even put that together. I would pretend to be a Cowboy. Yeah, you don't have me pretending to be a Baltimore Raven. You don't have me pretending to be a New York Jet. You put me to Dallas.
Keon. Wilbur's blind. Just remember that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Joe the Show says, thank goodness Randy White of the world and keeping tab of these NFL Nazis.
What?
And Keon. Keon is not a Nazi.
No.
NFL or otherwise.
Far from
he
it.
might be Roger Goodell.
He's just
a mole. He's not a Nazi. He's a mole.
Might be the love child of Daniel Snyder and Jerry Jones.
That
I don't
could be.
know.
That might be.
I just don't know for sure right now.
Most disgusting combination of people you could have put together. That is
I
unbelievable.
don't know what to believe.
The two single most offensive human beings of my life.
Jerry Jones and
Daniel Snyder.
Who are rich enough to make it happen?
I hate them both.
CK says, good afternoon, fellas. Randy, beer me. Keon, are you still Daniel Snyder's sugar baby? Sugar baby.
That's
What is
gross.
that?
That's very disgusting.
Never heard that term before.
Sugar baby.
It's supposed to be baby daddy, I think is what it is. Not sugar baby.
I like the sugar babies, you know, when they're
none of those apply.
When they're soft. I don't like them when they're have you ever had them when they're kind of hard and stale?
Excuse me?
The sugar babies.
Oh, sorry. I try not to
hard and stale.
Houses. I'm fine.
No,
What?
they're you get them at the store. You know, you go when I was a kid, you go into like the 7-Eleven, you had some money and you ride your bike down there and you go in there and you what?
I don't think they sell those anymore.
Sugar babies?
Don't think so.
I I don't know what you're talking about.
Why the hell not?
I don't know.
I'll Google it.
Those were like caramely goodness. Sugar babies.
Diabetes babies. I do remember them. I do, but I don't know if they're.
Yeah, I didn't like them when they were stale, though. Yeah. When Mr. Carter, he was the owner of the 7-Eleven. When he wouldn't do the stocking right and he'd put the stale ones up front, yeah, I didn't like that. You know, if they've been on the shelf for a while, you don't put them back on the shelf. You get rid of them. You rotate them out.
They do still make them, but they're hard as hell to find, is what I'm reading. So,
see?
You know, I like raisins covered in chocolate.
Ooh, chocolate covered raisinets. Isn't that what they call them?
Raisinets. Yes, because then, you know, you can eat them and they taste nice and they help things move. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's
Moist
true.
One says, hey, man, you're doing great. Just keep deflecting and we'll talk to Mr. Goodell later about how to proceed.
What?
Any next text? Oops, wrong chat. So I guess, Keon, you should be looking for a chat on, text. on your phone.
There's no text that's going to be on my phone. So that's just
It's weird that would come into the show.
It's unfortunate. I'm actually more offended that you've called me rich than anything else that you've actually called me, because nothing could be further from the truth.
No, he's not bitter at all. Mr. Pink Eye says Keon is actually LeBron James.
What?
He's like Clark Kent. So basically, that's true. I don't think there's ever been a Daily Blender show while the Lakers were playing.
Well, that's not true.
I feel like it is. Silver Pop says, good afternoon, guys. Hey, Keon is cool. There, I said it.
No, thanks.
Oh, he's very cool.
He's like, it took courage for him to say that. There, I said it.
Keon's very cool. You got to remain cool when you're an insider like he is.
Yeah, no, see, this is why it takes courage. This is it right there.
The Berg says, I can confirm sugar babies do exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. They're hard to find, but they're still out there. CK says, sugar babies can definitely be bought, Jeffrey. Randy, bear me, please. Keon, wait, hold on. Yeah. Straight Striper says, what is up with Erectinator and Ralph? What is with all that hate? What's the dislike about a guy who's a Dodger, a Laker, and a Seahawks fan and doesn't pay on a whiskey bet? What's not to like?
Also a Rams fan. Just don't forget that. He wore Rams gear. Even though he's a Seahawk fan.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't care if you grow up rooting for him. It's just weird to me.
Didn't he wear a hat one day too?
Yes. And a jersey.
Yeah.
Baker's Kagien says chocolate ice cubes are the best candy.
Chocolate ice cubes?
Never heard of that.
Oh.
Man, I hope that's not something dirty. Pringle says, give him hell, Keon.
I'm just trying to survive, man.
just trying not to piss off the man.
Bruno Baller says, did you guys like Boston baked beans? And what were they exactly?
Oh, Boston baked beans, yes.
I think there were beans that were baked in Boston.
No, they were candies. They were candies, and they had this coating on it. And then you get inside, and they were peanuts. They had this kind of coating. Yeah, it was red kind of coating.
Peanuts. So you eat one, and say every now and then you get the peanut skin.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
You
know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about is peanut skin, because you have the shell of the peanut, then you get the peanut, but it has like a thin brown skin.
Oh, I used to love those. When I was playing Little League baseball at Holiday Park Little League, I'd go by the 7-Eleven and grab me a box of Boston baked beans and about a handful of that Bazooka Joe bubble gum, and I had a good game. I was rattling as I was running the bases, but listen, I had a good game.
Blissful Hayes says, Ralph needs to be a permanent host in the blender. He makes excellent analogies and he stirs everything up. Blissful Hayes, Ralph's one fan. Wilbur says, Keon, I apologize. We all know that Jimmy Butler is not Michael Jordan's son, but rather it's you. You are Michael Jordan's son.
Now that you mention it, guys.
What?
I mean, if you look at Keon the way he's staring into the camera right now. I mean, that kind of that look.
You know what I mean? Like when he's getting something on the computer, his tongue comes out like
that
like Michael
happen.
Jordan.
These things do not happen. None of these things happen.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anytime I need something off a high shelf, Keon comes in and he's like,
got a Jumpman 23 look to it.
I mean,
that's he does a turnaround spin and everything.
Oh yeah.
My knees haven't been good enough to do anything like
very
that.
Athletic.
Long time. Okay.
And he loves playing basketball. So
Lots of people love playing.
And he likes gambling.
Lots of people love gambling. That's
so.
Listen, we're not saying it's a fact, but we're squinting suspiciously at Keon right now. Okay, we're going to keep an eye on the situation. The Tom says you can buy sugar babies at Sweetie's Candy on Arizona off Almasville Road there. A lot of rare candies in there. Baker's Cocky Hens sends over a picture of Ice Cubes, iced chocolate. I've never seen those before in my life. But he says they are the bomb. And you can get them free FedEx ground shipping from Candy Corner. Do they send them in like an ice pack? Because Arizona, you know? I'm saying.
Especially today.
The Berg has Donnie says, has Donnie taken over everyone's text line today in the Keon talk? Don't know what you're saying, Berg, but we love you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Simply Safe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from Simply Safe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now install Simply Safe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Arizona offers thousands of helpful resources for service members, veterans, and their families. But navigating the system can be confusing and overwhelming. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. Get connected to resources and benefits at no cost. Just call 866-4AZ-VETS now. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at StraightTalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Our good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And the Berg is, he's got texter ADHD, and he just sent me a picture of sun-kissed berry lemonade It looks like Windex, and he says this is awful. I believe you, but I'll tell you what I did find it was pretty good. Is that Starry? Remember there during the NBA Finals there, they kept advertising that Starry drink where that woman would stand up and make out with a floating man-shaped globule of Starry soda.
I don't recall that, but okay.
It looks like Sprite or 7-Up or whatever, and
But it's
actually
now Starry,
and it does. It tastes good. Tastes better than those Sprite or what are the other ones? The
7-Up.
7-Up, Sprite, and then there was another one I can't remember. But anyway, so now I actually do like it. So when we went over for some pizza the other day, instead of getting the Mountain Dew like I usually do, I got the Starry, and I was very happy. So try that, Berg.
I tried it yesterday too. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know. Oh, I thought you drank something else. So,
I did, but I got some of it to go when we were leaving because I want to try it.
Next time I go to Barrows with you, I'm getting a growler of beer. I don't care.
Me too. We'll make Keon drive. Mr. Pringle says if Keon starts quoting biblical scripture like Samuel L. Jackson, you might want to look for an exit.
Listen,
here we go.
I was raised Adventist. The Bible stuff I can if I have to. Don't make me do it.
Prefer you didn't.
I prefer I didn't too.
Yeah. Pink Guy says you can get good candy at Mint Dispensary. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah. Bruno Baller says, does Randy or even you, Jeffrey, remember the Charleston Chew candy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And even, without dental work in, you feel like even if you've never, this is taking out a molar. This is going to take out some tooth. Something's coming out with this Charleston Chew.
Yeah.
That was just to waste your time. It wasn't even like about being a good candy bar. It's just like, all it was chocolate covered taffy. Nasty.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, latest news on our young people, in America. I guess they're playing pickleball and they're going to the beach. Okay.
You know what I saw on TV just last night, I believe.
Boomer Sooner has been trying to talk me into pickleball being a sport or something that is worth doing for the longest time. And I still stand by the idea that it is not, whether you are old, whether you are young, you are not going to convince me. Are there young people doing it? Sure. Young people do a lot of stupid crap.
Yeah.
Are there old people doing it? Yeah, they got nothing better to do than try to pretend to play a sport. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even a sport. It's not real. It's not, you can't even break a sweat.
And then look, I can understand some older people playing pickleball because it's just easier on the joints and all of that. I get it. It's a game to play. It's an activity to do. But I mean, are you going to convince me that it's sweeping the nation, that everybody's playing pickleball?
It is, guys. It is sweeping the nation.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I was last night I was watching the TV, Miss Kim and I. And on the TV, I'm famous for wearing those Skechers slip-ons.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what Skechers has done? They've come out with the pickleball shoe.
Oh, they're just trying to make money off of dumb
Skechers pickleball.
You don't
shoe.
need special shoes to play pickleball.
And they say that you do.
You don't even need shoes to play pickleball.
And the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company has jumped in, joined forces with them because the sole is made out of Goodyear tire.
Nothing says cool like a sport with the main shoe brought to you by Skechers.
I just pictured more people that play pickleball probably wearing, Crocs.
No, they're
that seems like the shoe of choice of that crowd.
And listen, I've never played the game of pickleball, and I'm with you here. It seems awfully doofy. It's just because the name pickleball. But I did watch a thing. They have a professional pickleball association.
Bet they're making tons of money.
And they are transforming tennis courts across this great land.
Yeah.
Into pickleball
and nobody
courts.
wants them to do that. The people that go out there to play tennis are pissed because they're like, "Hey, you can't."
Nobody's
just
playing
tape off
tennis
these
anymore.
things.
People are playing tennis, though. I've seen it. I go out to the high school sometimes.
You know what this is? This is the new fight between skiers and snowboarders. Now it's the fight between tennis players and pickleball players. Of course, this one will have no actual violence because nobody who plays either could probably fight.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. Pickleball's a thing. You're going to have to deal with it.
I mean, it'll be here, I'm sure. But
it's already here.
But do I think that people are going to care to sit down and watch it on TV? I saw the pickleball on the TV. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the appeal. Like lacrosse, I watched
It's
some
a very
lacrosse on
fast
Saturday.
game. Very fast game.
I didn't understand the game, but I get the appeal.
Well,
It's
you can't,
fun.
You can't
Guys,
step in the kitchen.
Here's
There's, I
the
know that.
appeal.
Yeah.
Here's the appeal. It's easy, so easy. Boomer Sooner can do it. That's the appeal.
See, I feel like, Jeffrey, we've been down this road before, you and I. And you have the propensity to talk against something. And what's going to happen is I have a feeling Boomer Sooner or somebody's going to challenge you to a pickleball game.
He already has just now on the text line.
Yeah, there you go. See, I knew it was coming.
I don't want to play. I don't. It's not that I'm worried that Boomer Sooner would be. I would beat him upstairs and downstairs in just about any athletic endeavor you can imagine,
except for pickleball.
I'm just not going to do pickleball. And he says, Jeffrey, I challenge you to a pickleball match. I win. You believe? No, don't. No. It's like saying, I challenge you to prove you're straight. Let's make out. No, that's not how this works.
it's just like he's trying to trick you into playing pickleball by using your pride against you. And no one's that dumb.
I'd probably make out with you before I would actually play pickleball. And believe me, you'd enjoy it.
Really?
Not you, Randy, just Boomer Sooner. Blissful Hayes says, let's have a 1580 listener party and have pickleball tournaments. How about no? How about never? How about I'll quit the show before if Radio Ron came in and said, okay, here's what we're doing. And then before he could get the word pickleball out, I'll already slide my resignation across the desk and be walking out the door. The only thing you're going to see is a cloud of dust in my ass as I leave. I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening.
I've seen that happen before.
It's true. Baker's cock again says, I play pickle and balls. No. Baker, no.
Mm-mm.
He says, I like how you can play alone. That's not the same.
No,
Hefty Lefty,
that's a very different.
That's not
no,
pickleball.
mm-mm.
It's pickleball.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, I do enjoy a nice night of slap and pickle.
No, it's slap and tickle. Mm-hmm.
King Kitten says, dogs think it's funny, but when it's wet and running. No, we were doing the diarrhea song
It was yesterday.
He says, okay, fine, Jeffrey. Women's World Cup starts in 30 days.
Oh, no.
We are not so desperate that we're going to talk about that. Twitty, says, Keon hit the nail on the head. Pickleball is like cornhole or bowling. It's an activity. It is not a sport.
I don't think anybody on this.
Correct.
I don't think anybody on this program. I'm just telling you, it is one of the fastest growing activities in this country is pickleball. I'm telling you,
it's not a sports.
But they have like a pro.
It's a fad. Like everybody run around chasing.
I don't know, man.
They're using. Remember what was that?
I don't know.
They were chasing around and make believe things in their phone.
That was
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
That's going to be pickleball. Same thing. Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, do you remember the candy Chick O Stick? That was some good cavity making candy right there.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that one actually. I don't remember.
Yeah, Chico Stick. Yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, guys, do you remember guys? Hey guys, do you guys remember guys? Do you guys still remember? Do you guys know that you can get Pop Rocks? Not only that you can have fun with them when the girlfriend puts them in. Okay.
Easy.
Why?
Easy.
Why?
The girlfriend puts them in her mouth and then she enjoys them.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Wiz says pickleball is popular because it's so much easier to play. Gen Z laziness strikes again.
It's not. I'm telling you, man.
I don't.
It's not a lazy game.
But I don't see Gen Z out there when I see people doing the pickleball. I see people my age, and that is deeply concerning.
I think we all can agree Barry Sanders is it was and still is a world-class athlete. Yes?
Yes. Well, not now, no, but yeah, he was.
Yes, a world-class. He did a commercial and he was playing pickleball in the commercial.
He had a trainer training him, teaching him how. It was, so easy. He was on a phone call with Jamie Foxx, just sitting there going, whatever. And he probably won. That's how stupid easy pickleball is. It's not worth doing.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
A-Wings 22 says, I learned at a PE conference pickleball game was named by inventor for his dog. So his dog's name was Pickle. And by the way, are you a teacher? Are you a PE teacher that you went to a PE conference? I've never heard of such a thing.
Who is this?
It's the only reasonable explanation.
A-Wings 22 is at a PE conference?
All right, so here's what you're going to do if you really want to emasculate the little guy. You know, the one who reads a lot of books. Here's what you got to do. You got to make sure you put him on the front line when that dodgeball game starts, or he's never going to lose his self-esteem. All right, let's go on to the next conference. We're going to have breakout rooms for pantsing and duct taping ass cheeks together. That's advanced. And then we're going to do a thing where we make everybody shower, but there's no dividers, and we'll have somebody handing out a towel, making sure one of them's already ready to go and snap on somebody's ass. All right, this PE conference is off the hook. Let's drink. That's how I envision that.
That seems accurate. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
in this room will be pantsing 101.
You know, I
over
remember,
here's how to pants your friend and throw him in the girls' locker room.
I remember how I thought how easy it would be to PE teacher because our PE teacher, when I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, this is in the late 70s, he sat in a lawn chair in the middle of the gym, put on mirrored sunglasses, played, the YMCA, the Village People, like on a loop on a tape deck, and says, "Do laps." And he was so stoned or just out of his mind. His head was back in the chair, but somehow if we stopped running, he'd be like, "I just didn't say stop." And we just kept running around the gym and listening to "In the Navy, You Can Something Your Fellow Man" and YMCA. It was a hellish experience, man. Hellish experience.
I had great PE teachers. I had a guy, Mr. Shantz, when I was in elementary school. Mr. Shantz, former Marine drill sergeant.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he talked with a megaphone, even though he was standing right next to you. He would talk right into your face. Yeah, with a megaphone. But we had some great games out there in that playing.
Oh, sure. Junior high, I had a great PE coach, and then he went on to be a principal of the school, Kevin Fagan, in Gilbert Junior High, and then later on Gilbert High School. And he once knocked me on my ass. And then picked me up right away and dust me off going, "No, it's everything." Here's why. I didn't have all the information, but we were doing flag football and I was having a hard time. Like my flag thing was broken. And I said, "Hey, Mr. Fagan, I can't get this right." And he goes, "Who dresses you?" He was Australian. He goes, "Oi, who dresses you in the morning, O'Brien?" And I said, "Your wife." And he went, boom, smacked me. I went, he says, "Pow!" I went over head over ass, and then he realized what he did. He's like, "Oh no!" He picked me up, this dust me off. "Ha, that was pretty funny there, right, Brian?" Right? And I was like, "Oh my god!" And he's just like, "All right, let's just keep this between us, and let's go play." I was like, "Okay," and I wasn't mad, but I was just like, "Oh my god, that was awesome." He came later to watch me do stand-up comedy down when I was a grown-up, and I
bet he did.
But after that, he's like, "Oh, you can call me Kevin." I was like, "No, I can call you Mr. Fagan." Like, I don't want to end up on my ass again. Radio Ron is on the text line, says pickleball is a sport. Just ask, Rick Barry, a retired NBA Hall of Famer who now has a second career as a ranked and accomplished professional pickleball player.
And there you go.
It's just like,
it's just if you can end one sport and successfully become one of the greats of another sport, is the other sport a sport?
I don't know why you guys are having a hard time with this, other than the name pickleball.
No, it's not the name. It's that I watched it. I watched people play it, and I would rather play ping pong inside a house.
You know, I went to a Star Trek convention, and I was a ranked Commodore. That's about as much credibility as I give that pickleball.
It's like, yeah, he finished his entire career playing one game, and the other game was so easy.
He's only the logo. That's all.
He became accomplished. No, wasn't Jerry West the logo?
Yeah, wasn't he talking about Jerry West playing pickleball?
I thought he was talking about Rick Barry.
No, he's a Rick Barry.
Oh, Rick Barry. Sorry.
He sang
who's also great, but like
a lot of great songs.
You just if you dominate one sport and have to retire because you can no longer physically play it at a high level.
Barry White, not Rick Barry.
What are we doing?
What did Rick Barry sing?
Nothing. He played basketball.
And he played pickleball. Mr. Pink Eye says WNBA games don't have long lines at concessions or really anywhere. Beer Bob says, "I don't want to see you leave, Jeffrey, but a remote pickleball kingdom in Chandler with Daily Blender doing a tournament would be pretty cool." You shut your mouth, Beer Bob. Why are you doing this to me?
A remote at Pickleball Kingdom?
Please stop.
Is there
They
such
have
a
a,
place?
a place called Pickleball Kingdom?
I'm begging everyone to stop.
Oh my God.
I
We have got to do that one.
No, we don't.
We have got to do that.
If by we you mean just you, Randy White.
Oh my God.
Randy White broadcasting live.
Let's
Here,
go
Bob.
live to Randy on the cell phone now at Pickleball Kingdom.
Yeah, we're not sending anything else other than him a phone. We're not sending real equipment to Pickleball Kingdom. Hi, it's Randy White here from a payphone. I need another quarter. Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, I'm assuming if somebody played pickleball in Crocs, they'd probably face plant at least 4 or 5 times. I'm okay with that. Mr. Pringle says, Pop Rocks are the go-to candy at Morehead State University. That makes sense. Beer Bob, I'm sorry. The Berg says maybe Public Enemy and Flava Flav was there. What is he talking about? Navy Brad says, he just shows he's got a stash of the Charleston shoes. Those are just too much. Quiet Cannon says, speaking of a lot of money, the winner of the US Open won $3.6 million. He said that yesterday. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm having glitches with the text line. He says, my neighbor is old and he's out of shape. He has a hard time walking when it gets too hot. And by the way, she teaches pickleball. Do we need to say anything else? Quiet Cannon just nailed it right there. Raven Kid says, I feel bad for whoever is just tuning into the show for the first time because, wow, that PE conference, that invitation was scarring.
It was spot on, though, wasn't it?
There's probably a few people in their car pulled over, shaking, kind of rocking back and forth.
Just triggered a little bit.
God, why? I don't want to think
Just a
about
little.
the 7th grade anymore.
I don't want to take a shower.
A-Wings 22 says, no sitting. All hell would break loose. I teach K through 3rd grade kids. Oh, wow, that's cool, A-Wings 22. The Wiz says Charlie Regal, now coach, he's Coach Dillingham's staff at ASU, was his 7th grade PE coach. He used to call us donkeys and peg us with kickballs. It was great. That actually sounds fun. Rick Barry says Hefty Lefty would definitely be the John McEnroe of pickleball. That dude is a documented a-hole. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, let's play. I've got equipment. Yeah, Randy, why don't you go play? You go play with Boomer Sooner then.
I'll play. Right now I can't. I've got an injury, but I will. I'll go play, Boomer Sooner. You don't scare me.
Walter Mellon says, not sure if this was said or not, but over at Westgate, they have chicken and pickle being constructed to be open soon. Yeah, it's a chicken and pickleball place. You can eat chicken and play pickleball. Radio Ron says 1580 The Fanatic. Arizona's your new home for pickleball.
I sure hope not. I really.
It's coming, guys. I'm telling you, it's on the horizon.
I'm begging you, Radio Ron. Please don't do this.
It's on the horizon.
Please don't do this.
Get that. If you get that liner on air, I'm going to be on Indeed, clearing up my resume. Joe the Show says, can you imagine live from Pickleball Kingdom with Randy White? You're watching ESPN, the Ocho.
Wouldn't be on the Ocho. You kidding me?
Blissful Hayes. We're not telling Radio Ron to have a party at a pickleball tournament. We're not telling him. He's listening right now. He hears you saying it anyway.
I wouldn't be on the Ocho. I bring A+ content.
Fighting
A+.
Lampa. Oh, by the way, did they find that sub yet with the Peoples?
They have not found that sub
No, but
yet.
some of the memes are killing me.
I didn't even need the memes. The story itself is insane.
The Onions, like the Coast Guard sending down another sub full of billionaires to look for the other one.
If these guys paid $250,000, they actually got in and let them close the hatch. If I sat down in a submarine, looked over and saw an Xbox controller, I'd be like, nope, I'm out.
You wish it was an Xbox controller. That is a $30 Logitech controller from Amazon. Yeah, no way. There's no chance. There's no chance.
I need to get off the ride now. I can't breathe.
The thing is so poorly designed. The place that they have for the little toilet is next to the only window in the submarine. Like $250,000.
They have a toilet?
Yes.
Oh.
They didn't put anything else on the damn thing, but they put a toilet in there.
no communication devices. Seriously,
No
they don't.
way-
They had to text. The ship would text them, "You're going the wrong way," and they lost communications.
The sub
I
doesn't
switched
have a way to get
I
out.
switched to T-Mobile. Sorry.
Yeah, the sub doesn't have a way to get out from the inside. So even if the sub comes up on the surface, there's no way for them to get out if nobody finds them. I mean, it's just an unbelievable lack of planning.
What's that?
It's
$250,000? Sure, check or cash.
Imagine what actual vacation you could have had for $250,000. You could have been on a resort.
So Fighting Wampa sent me this picture. It says the people on the missing Titanic submarine, this is their view when they wake up tomorrow. And it's basically a snippet from the Titanic movie where Rose has gone to heaven and she's walking through the Titanic and they're all like, "Hi, welcome, welcome." Jesus. Here, Brad says the Coast Guard does not have submarines. Okay. Did we not send the real Navy? We couldn't send the real Navy to help
even
these
be
people?
bothered.
This is starting to turn into like a Gilligan's Island thing, isn't it? Couldn't believe we couldn't get those people off that island.
3-hour tour.
Wow. All right. I really just wanted to change the subject because there's too many pickleball texts on this text line for my taste. But I guess I'll have to clear this out when we come back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
8 Out presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today, we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it? I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked off.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle. You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you? Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADA, CDBA, and this station.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-306-8158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-306-8158. That's 800-306-8158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-306-8158. Again, 800-306-8158.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off super paint products and super deck stains June 16th through the 26th. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Summertime, and the Diamondbacks are heating up, competing for the top spot in the NL West. What moves are the Snakes going to make by the trade deadline? Can this team continue to battle as we head for the All-Star break? Can Corbin Carroll continue his torrid pace to be the Rookie of the Year? Stay up with all the Diamondbacks news, info, updates, and rumors. If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Dear Lord. CK says, adapt or die, Jeffrey. Pickleball is the future. I opt death. That's fine. I'm gone.
I don't think it's going to go that far, but
I'll just die of death. It's like, it's basically in between tennis and ping pong. That's what pickleball is.
I would equate pickleball with a co-rec softball.
You're playing ping pong while standing on the table.
It's a bit more than that.
I don't know. Lost Toby says, here's how I'm dealing with triggers. And he says, this right here, some Blanton's original single barrel bourbon whiskey. It's very fancy. He's got a horsey on top with
Blanton's is good. Oh,
I have not had Blanton's.
Blanton's is really good. I need to get a bottle, and we need to have a shot.
Looks expensive.
Yeah, Blanton's is like $75 on up.
Let's get Keon to buy us some. The Erectinator says, 1 for the money, 2 for the show. If you're a pickleballer, use a hoe. What the hell, Erectinator?
No.
What the hell, Erectinator? It just doesn't even make sense. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I started doing it to the tune. Quiet Cannon says, I think pickleball should be rated somewhere between golf and checkers. I think golf is probably more a sport than checkers.
Now, here's a Blanton's 9-year barrel small batch. Doesn't have the horsey on it. It's $99. If you get
no. I want the one with the horsey on it.
Well, the one with the horsey on it, $139 at Drizzly.
Donnie says, would you rather be stuck in a submarine that far in the ocean or get mauled by a bear?
Bear.
Yeah, at least there's a chance with the bear.
Plus, it's just, when they print my obituary, died by bear is not going to sound
awesome.
nearly as stupid as, died in obvious death trap in the ocean,
There's ways that dying in a submarine would be cool. Like, died in a submarine that, in a fight with the Soviets. You know what I mean? Like the hunt for Red October. That'd be cool. One ping,
One ping only.
Tried to explore the Titanic and then became the Titanic is probably not as cool.
And became a part of the debris field of the Titanic.
I wonder if they're going to have a situation where somebody's like, there's not enough room for both of us on this door. Not again. Not again. Joe the Show wants me to rank comedians 1 through 5. And would you place Dave Chappelle in there? I got to take some time and think about that, Joe the Show. I mean, if this is 1 through 5 all time up till now, Dave Chappelle's got to be at least in the top 10. I don't know if he ends up in my top 5. He's gone from being a stand-up comedian to more of a philosopher, a humorous philosopher. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He's still an amazing, figure. But if I was going to, I'll have to take some time with that, Joe. That's one I don't want to get wrong. So, King of Kittens, he's showing me pictures of, I don't need, stop sending me this stuff, as they say. He's showing me pickleball. No, it's paddle. It's called PADEL. and it's basically ping pong. It's pretty much what I thought pickleball was. Oh, brother. Hamilton Porter says George Carlin or Mitch Hedberg, number one. George Carlin is probably in the top 5. Mitch Hedberg, golly, if he hadn't, killed himself with drugs, Mitch would be in the top 10, top 15. I don't know. I can't say till I sit down and really think about it, guys. Hefty Lefty says, well, if it's a black bear, just puff out your chest and tell that fuzzy bitch to square the F up. What?
No, black bears are notoriously cowards.
Yeah, if you talk loud to them, loud and strong, they'll run away from you.
Yeah, but see, I'd use the voice, but I'd say something. Hey, please don't kill me. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I don't want to die.
That would be about right.
I had a teacher that went camping, and then a black bear. They put the food in the car thinking that it would be safe in the car while they were in the tents and stuff.
Oh, no.
Black bear got in the car, but he couldn't figure out how to get back out.
Mm-hmm.
So they woke up to him honking on the horn, trying to get somebody's attention because he couldn't get back out of the car.
Little help here? Little something?
Assistance?
You have to call the ranger.
Assistance,
to
please.
get the black bear out of his car, which was all torn up.
Sun Devil Raul says, I hate pickleball. I hate cornhole. I also hate that you're making fun of that deep sea horror going on. Just because they're rich, they shouldn't be made fun of, while it's actually happening.
I can't help it. It makes me think, that I was reading an article about Mount Everest here recently and all the trash that's up there, all the oxygen canisters and things that are strewn around. Pretty soon by the Titanic wreck site is just going to be like squashed submarines, like beer cans that have been cast aside. They're all just littered around the Titanic site.
Like,
I know it's dark, but
it's the next tour comes down. Is that part of the Titanic? No, that's Carl. But over here we can see where the shoes are.
It's not funny because they're rich. It's just that there's so many red flags that no one of us would have gotten in that damn thing. There's no way.
Navy Brad says maybe the former owner of the Commandos Elite was there. No, we have a list of the 3 passengers, and the other 2 worked for the sub, I guess. He says the Navy is dropping sonar buoys. They're trying to ping for that sub. So I guess I was right. 1 ping. Blissful Hayes says, is the Titanic near the Bermuda Triangle? No, it's nowhere near that. But it would make sense. Hamilton Porter says, no, you square up with the kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen that video of the guy knocking a kangaroo out? I've seen it, and the guy's lucky to be alive. He didn't knock him out. He stunned him. The kangaroo's like, what just happened? Did he just really do that? Oh, you want to see that? I got credit that guy. He did fight him correctly, but he's lucky he didn't get killed. Hefty Lefty says the OnStar representative was so confused when the bear pressed that button. OnStar, what is your emergency? You're trapped in the car. Let me unlock it. Door unlocks, opens up, and then he just mauls the family. Thank you for using OnStar. Have a nice day.
Now that's dark.
Joe the Show says, didn't a bear just kill someone near Prescott Valley? Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
This is sad.
With any luck, they can hear us in Prescott Valley, too.
This guy's 66-year-old guy.
He's just minding his own business.
He was trying to build his own cabin. And a bear came up and mauled him.
Just out of nowhere.
I mean, what a hell of a way to spend your retirement, man.
He's like, I'm healthy, and I still have energy. I'm going to build this cabin, and then I'm going to have some.
That literally sounds like something I would do. That is,
Navy Brad says, are the 5 on the sub hearing the song? We all live in a yellow submarine. They probably played it as they were submersing, but I think they've turned off the fun music by now.
No, what they're hearing on the sub right now is, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
No. They got about, I think about 35 hours of oxygen left,
Oh, well.
Not anymore.
That's why they can't play the Yellow Submarine song, because people like instinctively want to sing along, and that's going to use up too much oxygen. Thunder Snow says it is just inevitable that this show goes dark. Boomer Sooner says Keon has not stopped laughing. What is in his drink over there, guys? It's a cup full of funny as hell. Boomer Sooner, shut up. I guess we should get back to the show.
Oh, we only took like a 15-minute break from it.
Radio Ron's going to get back from California, and he's going to have a letter from the families of the guy in Prescott. He's going to have a letter from the National Pickleball Association. He's going to have a letter, probably from some billionaire's family. I don't know. I feel like we're going to have a lot to answer for after today, I think. Should we talk about the NBA?
Why not?
All right.
Let's do it.
Kyle Kuzma has declined his option, and he's now a free agent. $13 million player option with the Washington Wizards. So is this another Wizards pickup we should look at, Keon, for the Phoenix Suns?
I mean, Ishbia seems like he's going to spend the money, but Kuzma's looking to start. I don't think that he's going to want to play for the Suns just because.
We don't need another forward.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of, unless you're going for depth, and he's not going to want to be a depth guy. So
speaking of depth, have they found that submarine yet?
I think they're still working on it.
I better get some alerts to my phone so I stop asking that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean that's basically it. I don't think Kuzma is reasonable for the Suns. I think he just opted out of a $13 million deal, so he's going to want more than that. No, I think it's time to get some rotational guys onto this roster if you can. And Kuzma's more of a starting type.
Okay. All right. You know, somebody else was maybe coming available. You were telling me earlier, I've already forgotten who it is. That might be a better solution for the Phoenix Suns. You told me in our pre-show meeting, you were supposed to send me an email.
Oh yeah, no, the Jazz wanted to trade Colin Sexton. And I like Colin Sexton a lot. He is become a much better scorer since being in the league. But where he shines, I think, is that he's an incredible defender. And so I think that the Suns defensively could probably use some help. And then, he's a guy that's a reasonable scorer, but I don't think he's going to need the ball. And I think that that's where, you start filling out this roster with some of these guys that are going to be playing with Beal, Durant, and Booker. You're going to need a guy that doesn't really need the ball. Like that's where because those guys are going to get all the touches basically. So I think that Colin Sexton could be a really good pickup if the Suns are willing to maybe move off from Ayton, because that would be the only thing that they'd have left to trade. It would just have to be, would the Jazz take Ayton, take that contract? Because they're in a kind of rebuilding phase too.
Quiet Cannon says, isn't Kuzma got some years on him there? How many years?
Kuzma? I mean,
he's only been around for like 5-6 years.
Yeah, I don't think he's what is he? 20? He's 27. What years? It would be a fresh deal.
Probably those. I don't know.
I mean, sure,
Quiet
but
Cannon,
he's getting in his prime right now.
Yeah, but he's not somebody that the Phoenix Suns need. The Phoenix Suns need some different kinds of things right there. When we come back, let's talk a little more about the Phoenix Suns. And boy, I'll tell you what, Matt Ishbia, if you listen when he speaks, you will learn things without even realizing it. Foreshadowing was occurring, way back during the playoffs. He went on a podcast and he said some stuff. And if you go back and read that now, you're like, holy crap, he just told you his entire evil plan. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like in James Bond when the bad guy says, well, Mr. Bond, I'm going to, and then he just lays the whole thing out for him. That's what Matt Ishbia did on a podcast. So we got to pay attention. I'll tell you about it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Welcome back to Total Wine. What brings you in today?
Hey, Ruthie, I need help filling the ultimate beach cooler.
Well, we have the most hard seltzers and amazing canned cocktails anywhere, like High Noon, Cutwater, White Claw, Truly, Topo Chico, Jack Daniels and Coke, Neutral Vodka Seltzer, and Cayman Jack Zero Sugar Margarita in cans.
Wow, I'm going to be the king of the cooler.
And we have them at the lowest prices in town. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So Kyle Kuzma, he became available, but he's probably not. We're not going to figure this thing out in one day, everybody. But here's the thing that I think we have figured out, that Matt Ishbia showed up, and it was not long before he had a plan. Whether he worked with James Jones on that idea or not, well, I guess history is going to have to tell us that later. But Matt Ishbia, I was reading The Big Lead, and I guess he was on a podcast, and he was talking about his vision for the Suns and the best chance they had to win the title. And he's like, yeah, the best chance for us to win a championship is with Kevin Durant and next to Devin Booker. It's our best chance this year and next year. He never mentioned Chris Paul. He also never mentioned DeAndre Ayton. And so that makes you think that part of his plan, after he's taken care of getting rid of Chris Paul and bringing in Bradley Beal, is something else is on the horizon. I think he has from the beginning, and probably especially after watching DeAndre Ayton flounder around a bit during the playoffs, looking to deal him out and get somebody else in here. Now, who that is, I don't know, but this foreshadowing cannot be ignored. So again, the thoughts in our minds have to sort of go to, all right, so if we're going to deal DeAndre Ayton out, what are we bringing back in that helps keep this Phoenix Suns team a playoff and possible championship contender?
I think at this point you're starting to address depth. You've got the scoring, okay, you've got the stars, and that if that's what you think is going to get you to an NBA title, which I agree, you can't get to an NBA title without having them. Ishbia has found 3 guys. That's the big 3. You got to start putting rotational guys around them. You got to start getting guys who can grab boards, guys who can come off the bench and play alongside Beal and play alongside Durant, because you're not going to probably have all 3 of those guys out there on the floor at the same time. You're going to probably stagger those minutes. So Durant's taking a rest. You've got Booker and Beal on the floor. Beal's taking a rest. You've got Booker and Durant, and you're going to need other people in there to rotate in and out and to play good defense and to, have different roles, like what we've seen with the Warriors in the past, what we saw with, the Nuggets this season, or even Miami this season. Different guys have to have certain roles to give Frank Vogel something to use in the various series he's going to see. That's where you should be trying to go. Take that Ayton contract and try and break that up into some players who are going to be depth guys.
888-368-1580. Joe the Show, he wants you to know he went and he looked up how far down that sub could be if it had gone down there by the Titanic, and he says it's 13,000 feet deep. He says, I'm 5'10". That's like 2,166 meters. I think that should be a standard of measurement, is how many Joe the Shows is it?
Mm-hmm.
How many Joe the Shows away, how many Joe the Shows deep, how many Joe the Shows high. I think we have our new standard of measurement.
Yep,
Thank
there
you,
we
Joe.
go. There we go.
Hefty Lefty says the Suns need a guy like Zubac.
I mean, sure. He's a quality center. He does the dirty work. He grabs the boards. He can shoot a little bit, and he's not going to want to outshine everybody. He's not going to be mad. Like, I understand DeAndre Ayton's frustration, but to get mad that you're not going to get X amount of post-ups a game when your coach clearly doesn't want to do that, you got to have to find a way to contribute. And, Zubac does that. I don't know if he's going to be available for the Suns to get, but a guy like that would be very helpful.
Straight Striper says, this show makes no sense, but it's hard to not tune in. I kind of like to think FedFan is still hiding under a blanket somewhere, secretly tuning in. Probably not.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Random texter says, Jeffrey, if you say you don't sweat playing pickleball, well, I guess you've never played. Okay. Moist One says, how about we have a tonsil hockey tournament? No, Moist One. No.
Mm-mm.
No. I have to cough now. So mute me for a second, please. I don't have a button next to me. Okay, so now when I was muted, why didn't somebody talk?
Well, okay. I'm trying to look at you to make sure that I can get your mic back on. I can't do both of these things.
I got to get a cough button. It's just sad. Anyway, so here was something we were talking the other day about, Draymond Green, right? He's passed on his player option. And I say one of the dumbest things he's probably ever done. Schroeder-esque. How about that? It's a Schroeder-esque move for him to pass on that. And so people are wondering, well, where is he going to end up? Well, this just in, LeBron James and Draymond Green were spotted together in France.
Yeah, they're vacationing. Yeah, they're vacationing together. They're hanging out, but I don't know that means the move from Draymond Green from the Warriors to the Lakers.
Especially since if it's about championships and Draymond sees the Warriors window closing, then that could make sense. If it's about money, that the Lakers don't make any sense.
See, I think I agree with Keon. I think it's more still about money. When he was we were talking about this yesterday. Keon alluded to the fact that he this is his last go round. He wants to get as much as he can out of the till before he rides off into the sunset. And Mike Dunleavy Jr. today said on the TV, we feel like we want him bad enough. I have a feeling the Warriors are going to pony up and pay him and bring him back.
That would be dumb because they don't have to now.
Well, I know they don't have to.
Nobody else is going to step up and pay Draymond Green more. So at that point, they just go back to him and say, hey, we have $15 million sitting around if you want it. And what's he going to do? Say no?
It just depends on, will another team try to overpay for a Draymond Green? And will he use that as leverage? because it is possible that one of these teams, not a contender, but some team that's desperate overpays a guy that's over the hill, because it's happened a lot in this league.
Coming up next on Fox, it's Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Draymond Green. Because he's going to have to save face when he doesn't take the player option, but it was like 26 million or something. And then nobody else offers him anything. He's going to be like, I retire. I was just kidding you. I'm going to go be on TV now. You know, I don't know how well he'd do.
I don't know. He's personable. He'd probably do well on TV, to be honest with you. He's outspoken. He's intelligent. You know, he kind of speaks his mind. He's got that kind of edge, and he's most recently been playing on a championship caliber team. He's got a lot to offer. I'm sure that TV would be happy to have him. I feel like what I heard Dunleavy say today, I just had this sense that the Warriors are going to go one more run at it with this core group of people. And I think Draymond Green fits into their plans.
But probably not at the money they don't have to pay him anymore. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
See.
I get it.
Probably not. But I've definitely seen teams, offer guys who are a little past their prime more money than they should get just because.
Man, I wish somebody would offer me more money than I'm worth just because. I am definitely past my prime.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, what do you want to challenge me to? A game of chess or checkers? I'm not looking to challenge anybody to anything, Boomer Sooner. I'm just trying to live my life over here. You just keep wanting to fight with me or something. Fifth letter says, Zubac is one of the only centers in the league I feel could body up with the Joker. I was angry when the Lakers got rid of him.
I mean,
who can body up with Jokic?
I mean, physically, it's not about if you can body up with him too. It's also the range. It's that he shoots threes from all the way out there. And so what big guy do you have that could guard him out beyond the arc and body up with him on the inside? That's a list of one guy, and it's Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you got to find somebody who can rub his body all over him. And just really get his body into him and just be
oh boy,
really, what are you doing, Randy? This is not sexy at all.
Yeah.
This is not sexy. This is basketball. We're talking about basketball. Okay. Could you just stop? Just stop with them. It's not sexy. Yeah. It's not sexy. Anyway, you got to have somebody like Zubac, and you can just back right into them. Just shove their butt right into them, just push them backwards, and just, they drape all over them in their body, and just put the two bodies next to each other and get like a little warmth and friction. And I am talking basketball technique, Randy. This is not.
Are you?
Sorry. This is not sexy thing.
Why do you have that look in your
eyes?
eyes?
East Coast.
Yeah.
You're from the East Coast,
Me?
Keon.
No.
You say different terms for things.
Yeah.
There's soda over here. There's pop over there. There's there's Best Foods over here. There's Hellman's mayonnaise over there.
Yeah.
And I'm just using typical West Coast basketball terms. And Randy, so you don't have to make this into a thing.
I didn't. You did. You clearly made this into a thing.
No, I'm not.
Skin on skin.
Proper basketball terms.
All over. No, you were talking.
Red Auerbach has a whole section on skin on skin.
I don't think he wrote it like that.
Friction.
It's in the book.
Skin friction.
Maybe read the book, huh?
Said in there somewhere. That's what I think.
You in the East Coast say boxing out. Here we say shove your ass into him and rub it all around. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Not quite the same thing. Those are
no.
Just
soda versus pop. All right, come on.
It's not
tomato.
It really
exactly.
isn't. Exactly. It really isn't.
Hefty Lefty says that sub can't even make it on one league under the sea. Scoffs Jules Verne. Draymond says Joe the Show would 100% punch Skip Bayless. Actually, let's make that happen. Yeah. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I'm not trying to fight with you. You're my blunder friend. I would never do anything to harm you. I just want to. He just wants to compete. That's all Boomer Sooner wants.
Just wants to beat your ass on the field of competition.
Why aren't you playing the sexy music for that then?
Well, it has nothing to do with sexy.
You don't know anything. The Tom says, Jeffrey, you're not past your prime, but radio can get that Porsche for you and Randy's RV with all the man cave essentials and increase that vacation an extra month for all of you.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Why is
Yeah.
that sexy? How
Mhm.
did that turn
In my
sexy?
RV? Are you kidding me? You
I'm
and
not
me
going in
on
the
a
RV.
vacation? Come on.
No.
We've talked about this for 30 some odd years.
No, you've talked about it. I
No.
refuse to get caught in that white panel van with you. You can call it an RV all you want, but
You know what? Your mouth says no, but your
Yeah.
eyes say
all
yes.
of me, every single part of
Yeah.
me says no to getting
Yeah.
into the free candy van.
Mhm.
No,
Oh my God.
too rapey. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Well. Diamondbacks just keep on winning. The Giants keep on winning. This playoff chase may turn into the 2001 pennant chase. Remember that when the Diamondbacks won the National League West by only a few games over the Giants? We all know what happened that year, right? Dodgers who?
Take it
That's
easy.
Big-
Take it
Big
easy, Big George.
It's not me. I'm
Take it
reading
easy.
the text.
Take it easy, Big George.
But it's Big George. I mean, the pendulum swings. If the Diamondbacks are playing really well,
They'll lose the game tomorrow. Fire Torey Lavello.
Exactly.
This team's sell the team. Hefty Lefty says, I would have loved to seen prime Zach Randolph versus prime Jokic rebounding against each other. They'd combined for 83 rebounds and a combined 9-inch vertical.
a
Did he
lot of
say a
layups.
9-inch converted? What did he say?
No, Randy, not like
What?
that. No,
What does he
this,
say? Sorry.
this is basketball talk. I
Ah,
explained this to you.
Sorry. Well, you got my engine going when you were talking about skin on skin friction
Well, no, wow. Wow.
and bumping into him with his butt.
Navy Brad says, I heard the 5 in the sub can text. So has anybody, if they texted anybody?
They lost communication with it.
Some hilarious selfies. Just think about, I think it was Van Gogh's The Scream, or was that Picasso? I don't know. A Rectinator said, what's the opposite of winner, winner, chicken dinner? I'm not reading it, whatever it is. It can't be good. All right, guys, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now, the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Turn your home into restricted airspace. Tell incoming flights you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials Light Trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials Light Trap, insecticide-free protection.
Introducing My Plan from Verizon. With My Plan, you pick only the perks you want and save on every one. So you get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need. And for a limited time only, get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro Max on us when you switch with Select Trade-In and Unlimited Plus. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro Max with My Plan at your Verizon store today. Up to $1,599.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line postpaid Unlimited Plus plan required. $200 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with order. Plus up to $1,000 trade-in promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Yesterday felt like a very, very Friday show. Today feels, I don't even know what this is. Kind of a Friday, maybe a Sunday involved, something weird. I feel like this has been a weird week. It's going to be a weird week, but that's fine. It's whatever we make it, right? Big George wants you to know that for the record, since he is 7 feet tall, it would only take 1,857 of him to reach the sunken Titanic submarine if needed. Thank you, George. Slave Dave says, Jeffrey, do you feel like you ate a whole jar of pickles in that last? Yes, I do. It's just too much pickles. Too much balls. You can't take it anymore. Hefty Lefty says, Lost Sub. Could be a good texture nickname. That's a good point. We should write that one down. Lost Toby says, the Giants are looking good, and, well, I don't trust it. Can't trust anything right now. You've got the Diamondbacks in first place. They're 3.5 up on them, and then they got 4.5 up on the Dodgers. Who knows what happens tonight, but again, we saw an 8-game swing, meaning the Diamondbacks were 4 games behind the Dodgers. Then they're 4 games up on the Dodgers. Then they brought it back down to like within 1 game, and now we're back to 4. Nothing in that range is trustworthy. This is just baseball. They're gonna, if you want to try to tell the future, Lost Toby, for your Giants, take a look at the schedule. I mean, you're going to find a lot of truth there, I think, at this point. I think you can kind of figure out when is the All-Star break? Is it like 2 weeks from now? When is that, Randy?
It's coming up in July, and I'm trying to figure out. It's July. July 11th.
Yeah. Okay.
All-Star game is July 11th.
Can we figure out what a team is just yet, Randy? Do you feel comfortable saying?
I think
we've got a good beat on it.
I think you're getting there, but teams are figuring out by this time of year what their tendencies are, what their weaknesses are, and then they start using this trade deadline, which is coming up here. They use the trade deadline to bolster their bullpen or pick up another bat for their lineup, or cover an injury that's been hampering them this whole season. So if teams feel like they're going to be competitive down the stretch, after the All-Star game, you'll really see a lot of movement as far as the trade deadline goes. And then I think in August, the trade deadline happens because they moved it back a few years ago, the trade deadline. I think it's in August now. But you'll see a lot of activity. We'll see what the Diamondbacks choose to do. If they stand pat, then they feel like they can contend and do what they want to, whatever their goals are this year. Every year should be a World Series championship. But I mean, maybe this year for the Diamondbacks, it's let's improve. Let's build on what we have. Let's build on how we ended last season. Let's develop these young players, and let's just see what happens. And they might just stand pat. They may not add anybody to their lineup. Whereas a Dodgers team, it's been injured, might add some pitching. They might unload some people. The Cardinals, for example, had a terrible season. They might unload some of their players to be picked up by, I don't know, maybe the Mets. The White Sox might bolster their lineups. I mean, the White Sox are not out of the race in the AL Central by any means. I mean, they can just get back in this if they could just get some breaks and get some good runs going. So it's going to be a lot of movement. I think it's going to be a very active trade deadline. But yes, to answer your question, the long story is, teams are starting to figure out what they have. after the All-Star break is when they really start to put all the pieces together.
All right, so he can go ahead and take a look at how the Giants are doing, or how the Diamondbacks or the Dodgers are doing, and kind of project forward and look at the schedule and have a pretty good idea of what you're up against.
Oh, sure, but I mean the Giants are 8-2 their last 10 games,
Right.
and they just won their 40th game last night. And the Padres are also been warming up lately, so that's another team to be watching. The AL West, this race is not over with. It is not over with, and the Giants. That's not a surprise to me to see this team really start to engage the afterburners and start seeing them win some and get a lot of wins in a row. That's what helps these teams move. When they can string together, 8 or 9 wins in a row on, consecutively, get all these consecutive wins together. Meanwhile, your other mates in the same division are losing. When you're winning, that's where all this transfer happens. And the Giants have been strong. The Giants have been very strong as of late.
Yeah, I mean, I say you get a bead on them, but with the streaky nature of Major League Baseball as it is, even after the All-Star break, you never know who's going to get hot.
Well, that's true.
You never know who's going to get cold.
That's
but at least you can have a general idea. When you have a bit of a bead on them, sometimes somebody has a slump, but don't worry about them. They should bounce back here in a little bit. But you also never know.
Just keep in mind, a lot of you old-time baseball guys out there will remember the '69 Mets. The Cubs had the AL they had the NL division sewn up. They had it sewn up, and the Mets, the amazing Mets, came out of nowhere and ended up winning. Winning a lot of games. The Cubs went on a kind of a losing streak, and then the Mets passed them by and went on and won the World Series that season. Anything can happen.
Okay, well, that was before I was born, but if you look at the history of the Dodgers or the Yankees, how many times have they spent so much damn money and then right there at the very end imploded as well? There's been plenty of implosions.
Yes. Absolutely.
Nobody is safe. So Navy Brad, okay. So some people watch this radio show on the YouTube thing, and they watch it like it's a TV show. So I've been ignoring these texts. It's been enough of them. I got a Navy Brad, Lost Toby. They want to know who's Keon's friend. Well, there's a guy who's in there who's trying to just train. I don't know. Why do you have him off camera so much? We're not going to talk about him or give him a hard time.
Are we ashamed of him already? Has he done something wrong, Keon?
He might be ashamed of us, but
does he not want to be associated with this show?
Got, 2 chairs here in the control room, and so unless we're going to get very close together so that you can see us together on camera at the same time, that we're just going to sit the way we're sitting.
It's just a new guy trying to learn how to run the stuff. Yeah. That's all it is. So his name is Carl, and he doesn't want to be bothered by you right now. Right?
It's Carl from the FCC.
He's an
FCC regulator.
There? Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, because he is way off the camera. He's like, I've heard an hour and a half or 2 of this show. I'm just gonna stay way over here. I don't want no record of my existence in this.
It's an iPad. We're not like turning it. It's sitting where it's sitting.
It's a high quality camera. You shut up. 888-368-1580. All right, Joe the Show says, question: if y'all, who of us are y'all? I don't know if I identify as y'all.
I think all of us together are y'all.
Y'all?
Yeah,
all y'all. If all y'all each had 2 top choices for landing spots for D-Hop and Dalvin Cook, where do you see them landing? Well, first off, the airport or an airfield.
That's a
I
good
don't
call.
see there's nowhere else you should be landing, period. I mean, if you're landing on a golf course like Harrison Ford, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
If you're landing on a highway, God knows what could go wrong there. So I'd rather see an airport or an airfield. Randy, what do you say?
Well, I think landing on a specific aircraft landing zone is good. Also, a docking station would be good.
Well, we haven't considered the helicopter aspect. So
Docking
maybe on
station,
the top of a building with a helicopter. Maybe a parking lot if it's empty enough. I don't know. Keon, where do you see? What are your top choices for D-Hop and Dalvin Cook to land?
Harbor.
Ooh, in the middle of a football field.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I mean, I'm going to assume that we're talking which team are they going to land on?
Joe the show, we don't care if D-Hop's not on the Cardinals or the Colts or the Commandos. Nobody cares. Dalvin Cook, same. Who
I'm gonna
cares?
say Dolphins.
Dolphins for both of them. Yeah, I'll
Yep.
tell you what. That's
Package
Did you
deal.
see the? Is it because you just saw the breaking news?
No. What?
Oh,
what breaking news?
It's interesting you bring up the Dolphins because
Wait, what?
Breaking news.
Tyreek Hill is now under police investigation over an alleged assault and battery in Miami.
Uh-oh.
And there's not a whole lot of information on this just yet, but you remember Tyreek Hill, the guy who got in trouble for child abuse, punching a kid in the chest. That Tyreek Hill. Well, now, as they say, the incident happened at a marina in Miami, and he got into a dispute with an employee of a charter company. And I guess after that, he put hands on the person. So at least it wasn't a woman or a child, but still, an assault is an assault, and he is now under investigation. So maybe you're right, Keon. Maybe the Miami Dolphins are going to suddenly go, "Ooh."
Well, isn't Dalvin Cook, isn't he from Miami,
He
the
is.
Miami area?
Yeah,
I heard somebody talking about
He is
one
from
of them.
South Florida.
So it would, I would think they would end up with Dalvin Cook in Miami if they played their cards right. As far as who was the other? Oh, D-Hop. I have a feeling he's going to New England. I just have this sense, but I think there's no rush in his mind. D-Hop is not one of those guys to make a hurried decision. He's just not going to let things get to him. So
Joe the show says D-Hop to the Chiefs. That would not even be fair.
I don't think the Chiefs are going to pick him up.
Adam Silver would have to step in and say, sorry, we can't let this trade happen. He's like,
Adam Silver
I
would
know
have
I'm
to
with
step
the NBA,
across
but I
sports.
still can't let this happen.
He'd have to cross boundaries. I think that would be incredibly unfair, but I haven't heard or seen that the Chiefs are making a move in that general direction. And I did see a report, Randy, that D-Hop was he was comfortable playing for the Patriots, but that he was holding out for an offer from, and the quote was, a real contender. So he doesn't see the Patriots as a team that can really, really contend, because even though they might actually be good next year, they're still the worst team in that division.
Well, and there's also the chance of, some injury happening at some training camp of one of the contenders, and they're going to need a wide receiver to come in, kind of a plug and play guy, and that's D-Hop. So
I don't see D-Hop end up being an afterthought. I think people are thinking about him right now.
Well, maybe.
Oh, poor fish tank. He's just finally gotten over the exhaustion of having to deal with Donnie on Twitter. And now he turns on the radio and he hears this. He's like, good job, Dolphins. Way to stay in the headlines.
Yeah.
Poor fish tank. The only Dolphins fan I know. Lost Toby says, hey, bring back Carl. No, Carl doesn't need to be on the mic. Navy Brad says, you can land on an aircraft carrier. You know what? That's just the kind of closed-minded thinking, Navy Brad. You know damn well that D-Hop and Dalvin Cook have chronic seasickness.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very very selfish of you.
Very, very crass. It's very selfish.
Yeah.
It's very lots of issues.
That's closed-minded.
Big George says, is Carl the creepy old guy that runs the board on Money Radio?
No. Mm-mm.
There's no creepy old guy that runs the board on Money Radio.
No.
What creepy old guy?
No, that's James. James is he's not creepy or old.
He's talking about the guy who's still in the commercials like 5 years after he died. That guy. That's what he's probably talking about. CK says, is Keon training Carl how to be a sugar baby? Keon's not going to dignify that with an answer, I guess.
No, I'm not.
Stockton Slap says, is it Carl with a C or Carl with a K? It makes a world of difference. I feel like someday that'll be his story to tell. Not mine. Not mine. D-Hop is in New York right now, says Whistling Gerbil. Well, he's on tour, trying to get a job. Hefty Lefty says, was the guy that Tyreek Hill punched Jewish? Then it would be a kosher assault. He says, I'll take my 2 minutes. You're damn right you will.
You knew what you did.
It wasn't hateful, but it was a bad play on words. CK says, They could land on a skydiving field, but you don't land a plane you just jump out of the plane. That's different. You don't land. Do you call that a landing?
I guess if you're parachuting, yeah, it is a landing, isn't it?
I call it plummeting. I don't know.
No, that's before you pull the chute, and after you pull the chute and nothing happens. That's
right.
plummeting.
That's a thud.
And that's not a landing. You're right. That's called thud.
I think CK might be right technically.
Mm-hmm.
Were we talking NBA? Is that what we're still doing?
We were somewhere around there.
So word on the street, when I say word on the street, I'm just some idiot from Espen. He said that he has heard that Ja Morant and people close to Ja Morant, or formerly close to Ja Morant, have a feeling that the NBA is out to get him. The media is out to get him. Really?
Well, this isn't a good sign.
That is a horrible sign. That is a sign of somebody who is not taking responsibility for their own dump.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just, the whole world is out to get you. I mean, did the whole world put a gun in your hand and make you dance on Instagram with it?
Here's Adam Silver bringing people in for the meeting. Close the blinds, get the windows closed, unplug that phone. Let's talk about this. Now, I know Ja Morant is an amazing player. He's dunking all over everybody. He's a next generation kind of talent. We've got to put a stop to this. So here's what we're going to do. Really? Do you think that's happening? Do you think the NBA is it pains them to have to suspend Ja Morant because of how amazing he is with a basketball in his hand? He's great for the game if he's not flashing a pistol.
And the fact that people really do believe in Ja Morant. I mean, the fact that through all of this, he hasn't lost a single sponsorship. Not one, not with Nike, none of them. Who's out to get you? Because if everyone was out to get you, that would include your sponsors.
So now that he's basically working the fake news, everybody's out to get me, I haven't done anything wrong sort of a thing. If this is indeed true, again, how often has the ESPN been absolutely 1,000,000% wrong? Many times. So, but just to think, you've done a thing, but you can't take responsibility for it. You punch a kid and, you have a gun and you're brandishing and pointing it at people. Then later, after being told, please don't ever do that, you're dancing to a song with a gun on video, and you knew you were being videoed. Yeah, that's not the NBA out to get you. That is you getting in your own way in the worst of ways.
Yep.
And I just think that that's where I'm concerned that where this could be something that Ja Morant puts behind him and we never have to talk about this again. It's just a blip on the radar of your career. I feel like this is going to probably come back around at some point. If you really don't feel like you did anything wrong and oh my gosh, the whole world is out to get you, that is very telling about how you're going to act in the future. I don't know that we're necessarily done with gun-toting Ja Morant.
You're not. Here's why. I think he might have a bit of the mental illness. And I'm not saying that trying to be funny. I'm serious as can be, because when somebody is so delusional, they do something wrong and then say, oh, you're just out to get me. No, you did a thing wrong. And then you did it again after being told, don't do that. And your response to that after the second time is, they're just out to get me. You probably need to be on somebody's couch at the very least. You need somebody to help set you straight, because Ja Morant's yes men probably aren't helping whatever is mentally wrong with him. They're feeding that monster, and it's doing him a great disservice. And if there's nobody feeding that monster, let's say his friends are like, Ja, please don't do that, but he's still doing it. He is, I believe, what they call cray-cray. I think he's got a bit of the cray-cray.
Is it that he's got the mental illness going on, or is it that he is he has a bit of entitlement?
Well, I mean, there might be some aspect of that, Randy, but again, Ja Morant's history, suburban kind of life. He did not live the life of a hood gangster or anything.
Well,
and now all of a sudden these things are happening. And much of it is inexplicable. So it's not really so much about entitlement. This is now more about a dysfunction.
Well, what I'm talking about is Ja Morant one of those kids that parents they gave him pretty much every opportunity and gave him everything that he could ever want. And made the ways for him to have every opportunity. He never had to work for anything. He just had natural talent. Now he expects the entire world to just kind of give him everything on a platter.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. I mean, he was at a basketball camp, and like we honestly might not have heard of Ja Morant, except that the scout that was there to see Zion went to go get a snack from a vending machine and saw Ja. That's complete accident. That's how he ends up at Murray State and not Duke. Or North Carolina or some blue blood
Well, why
school.
wasn't he at a Duke or a North Carolina school?
Because he was an unknown coming out of high school. He was not the big star that he is now. And that's where I kind of think he wasn't given everything on a silver platter. I do think it's a guy that is sort of in a position now where he's made it. He's rich, and everybody in his life is asking him for money and asking him for this and that stuff. And I think the pressure of it is getting to him.
Okay. All right.
And
That's fair.
And I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing either, because
I know
that maybe mom or dad would be able to step in and kind of guide him a little bit. But I do think that he has entitlement now that he has the money, now that he has the fame. I do think that it's kind of hard for people to tell him what to do.
You know what? It occurs to me, if I win the lottery, I want everything given to me on a silver platter. I'm going to have a mini silver platters around the house. I need the remote control. It better. Your ass is fired if you don't bring it to me on a silver platter. I want everything brought to me on a toilet paper, nose hair trimmer, shampoo. I don't care what you're handing me. When I win the lottery, by God, it better come on a silver platter.
All right.
Because then when I die, he's like, oh, you had everything given to him on a silver platter. Damn right I did. You're damn right I did.
Taco Tuesday. Well, my
Taco
tacos on a
Tuesday.
silver platter.
I want my silver platters brought to me on a silver platter. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NBA draft takes place on Thursday night, and Victor Wembanyama is the almost certain pick at number 1 by the San Antonio Spurs, minus 50,000 to go number 1 overall. But the number 2 pick is held by the Charlotte Hornets. Scoot Henderson out of the G League is the favorite to be selected number 2 at minus 195. Brandon Miller out of Alabama is at plus 140. Miller is minus 200 to go number 3 to the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson is at plus 135. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again the no document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Introducing My Plan from Verizon. With My Plan, you pick only the perks you want and save on every one. So you get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need. And for a limited time only, get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro Max on us when you switch with Select Trade-in and Unlimited Plus. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro Max with My Plan at your Verizon store today. Up to $1,599.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line postpaid Unlimited Plus plan required. $200 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with order. Plus up to $1,000 trade-in promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
If you're struggling, if you're lost, if you need someone to talk to, or if you're concerned about a loved one, call, text, or live chat the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. 988 crisis counselors are available 24/7 to listen and provide free, confidential support when you need it most.
Thank you for contacting 988. How can I help you today?
The first step to help and healing is 3 numbers away. When you reach out to 988, Hope always answers. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health.
There's a storm coming, crackling with lightning, pounding with thunder. A storm that crosses all borders and oceans. This is the NFL. Coming this fall, experience all the regular season games, playoffs, and the ultimate prize. Super Bowl 58, live from Las Vegas. The NFL returns to 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 58.
Pleasure here on 1580 The Fanatic. Taco Tuesday. Yeah,
Taco
CJ.
Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday. Absolutely right. He wants to know, is it a backdoor taco kind of Tuesday? No, it's not. It's backyard taco. Backyard taco, which, by the way, are not all created equal. The backyard taco that is on Ellsworth and Riggs, that one, perfect. I get great tacos there. I went to a backyard taco over, I think, Power Road, Gilbert, somewhere north of where I'm at, and it wasn't so good. Wasn't so good. So
were they chintzy on the meat?
I wanted a beef taco. I ended up with something like a roast beef taco. There's like chunks of roast beef in it, and I was like, what the hell?
Wasn't very shredded then.
Yeah, and usually at the backyard taco that's over here in Queen Creek, I'll buy 4 tacos, right?
Yeah.
2 chicken and 2 steak, 2 beef. And I bring them home and I grab a couple of soft taco tortillas out of the fridge. And I put them on the plate. Because then I sit there and I eat the tacos, and all the meat, there's so much meat, it comes falling out the bottom. And on the plate, I end up with enough taco meat for more tacos.
Huh.
So my 4 tacos sometimes have turned into 6 or 7 or 8 tacos.
Mm.
And I don't mean like a couple of pieces of meat. I mean like, holy crap, that's a full-on taco.
Wow.
So not all backyard tacos are created equal. Now, the person who owns backyard tacos is probably calling Queen Creek store going, what the hell are you guys doing over there? You're giving the guys too much meat. They're making their own tacos. So maybe I shouldn't have said that on the air.
I don't know. I find that a lot of them, the one in Mesa, also just a lot of meat. There's so much. I am not wise. I don't make multiple tacos. I just eat it all. But
No, I mean, listen, whether you eat it, you scrape it off the plate with like a tortilla chip, or you get yourself a little tortilla, make another taco, or you just eat it off the plate with a fork, doesn't matter. It's still a damn good tasting barbecue, grilled, taco meat. It's very good.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know what wrong with that other one. I don't even remember exactly what the address is, because I'm just going to try to forget it. I'm going to stick with the ones that I know are good. Joe the Show says, hey, Big George, you may be taller than I am. I guarantee you he is. But remember, it's about the motion of the sub in the ocean.
Okay.
He's assuming you're going to give him a 2-minute. It's a 2-minute penalty for that. Just because he wants it, don't give it to him. I don't think it needs it. That was actually not bad. Can we talk football and football things now?
Please, why not?
Now, he's not in football, but he is a broadcaster on the football. But Troy Aikman has come out and he says, he goes, yeah,
I always had a suspicion.
What? No, not like that. He doesn't come out like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I meant like he came out to the microphone and said, hey, I think maybe time has passed and I can't be a GM. And I thought, oh, okay, well, is there an age restriction? And then I look at, he's only what?
You're saying that okay, first, I'm confused.
Yeah.
You're saying he came out as a microphone. Now you're saying something about a GM.
No, he came out to the microphone. He walked out and started talking to people on a microphone.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Considering. Okay.
Right.
All right.
No,
Yeah,
I
go
know.
ahead. Yeah.
I know. Anyway, so he's I don't think I'll be a GM. He says, I think that ship has sailed. I think that time has passed. And he's only 56 years old. I'm 53.
Yeah.
I don't feel like time has passed for me to be anything. I mean, is there how much time is there between you deciding, hey, I might like to be a GM someday? And is it how long, Keon? 5, 10, 20? Is there some rule?
Yeah, there's no rule, but it could be anywhere from 5 to 10 years because you're going to have to.
He's only 56.
You're going to have to be a scout at some point and kind of work yourself up from the bottom.
Not if you're already famous. John Elway got in just with his, charming teeth.
Right. But John Elway was the president of football operations, not necessarily the day-to-day general manager. If you're going to be the day-to-day general manager, you want to be the guy that builds a roster. That's going to take some time because you are going to have to learn what talent evaluation is. And I do think to Troy Aikman's, I guess, way of thinking, the way he knew how to construct a team, teams aren't built that way anymore from when he first played in the league and how long he's been out of the league.
Yeah.
Football is very different. So he is going to probably have to start at the bottom of the totem pole, even though he's Troy Aikman.
Well,
No, he wouldn't.
That and the immense amount of hours that he's going to spend as a general manager. I don't know that he has that kind of energy. Remember, the guy was pretty concussed for several years going into his football career.
Yeah, and Hefty Lefty says, I think there is a concussion limit for a GM.
I think that he has considered the cost, and he does not want to pay the price to be a GM.
And John Elway's situation is different because John Elway has also got to be a guy that he went back to an organization that was willing to hire him again. The Cowboys already have a GM. It's Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Jones isn't going to go, oh, my boy, Troy Aikman, I'm going to hook him up. And none of the other 31 teams are going to do that either. They're not going to do a solid for Troy Aikman.
You nailed it. That's what Troy means. He's not going to be able to outlive Jerry Jones.
Oh my God. I mean, no one's going to outlive Jerry Jones. He's using money to continue to live forever.
So that's what it means when the time has passed because Jerry just keeps on ticking. All right. Well, that makes a bit more sense. By the way, our old friend JJ Watt, you know what? He makes more sense behind a microphone, I think, than even Tom Brady. JJ Watt has a charisma and in the way he's very well spoken for a football player, who's somebody down in the trenches, you know what I mean? And, now that he's retired, they're saying he's probably going to end up over at CBS. And that bugs me because I watch the Fox morning show on Sunday mornings because I like those guys. And I think he would fit in over there way better than he'd fit in with the old heads over at CBS. Oh my God. There's so much Grecian formula and depression on CBS when they do their little football thing. And, it just makes me sad whenever they don't do the Fox show and I have to watch the CBS pregame where you're seeing the CBS halftime thing. It's just like, oh God, please. But I guess maybe that's JJ Watt coming in to shake it up and make it better.
Yeah,
but
maybe just
somebody's got to go at CBS.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe they've got to just get younger and maybe you start with JJ Watt and see where it goes.
Yeah. Get rid of Phil Simms and get rid of Boomer Esiason. That I think is the best thing you can do. You can't get rid of Coach Coward because he just always looks angry. Nobody can approach him.
Yeah, I wouldn't send anybody whatever poor
up against the chin.
Yeah,
you tell the chin. I'm not telling the chin.
No.
I mean, whatever poor guy they send over to let him go, we'll never hear from that dude again. But
James Brown is cool. He's all right.
Yeah, no. Obviously, James Brown has to stay. I could live without Sims, to be honest with you. I don't even notice he's on the broadcast.
And Boomer Esiason. Get them both. Just get rid of them both. By the way, Diamondbacks up 1-0 over the Brewers, top of the second, and Kettle Metal is up to bat.
2 on, by the way.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know that. So with Marte up the bat, that's dangerous. Let's see. Lost Toby says backyard taco turns to back. Would you stop with the backdoor tacos? Navy Brad. I guess Carl. The word name Carl is cracking him up. Fish Tank says Aikman already gets paid millions of dollars just to talk with his freakishly large hands. He's probably just good with the gig he's got now. Oh yeah, he's got like $90 million on his contract still.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, he'll be fine.
yeah, he's better off. NFL Blitzer says happy Taco Tuesday. Hey guys, try Mi Casitas in Chandler. Never been to Mi Casitas, although I've been to La Mina. That is on I think it's either, I don't know if it's Gilbert or if it's Queen Creek, but it's on Power Road south of Riggs. La Mina. That is a very nice, authentic Mexican food restaurant. Very nice. When I go in there, they got so much, I don't even bother with the tacos. I go to the chimichanga, the fundita. And by the way, the fundita, it's pretty fun. 888-368-1580. So I guess there is a good chance you'll see him on JJ Watt on CBS, but NBC and the NFL Network, they're still trying to, see what they can do with him too. So good for JJ Watt. I love that guy. Deion Sanders. Remember we were talking about him?
Yes.
Before you jump into it,
did they take his foot?
Marte Homer.
Oh,
three run homer. 4-0 Diamondbacks.
Just as I minimize that screen, yeah, there it is. 4-0 Diamondbacks over the Brewers. Golly, that feels nice. But let's not get crazy. But there's a whole lot of game left to be played. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Deion Sanders. When are they going to take off of that foot? And which foot is it? Left or right?
I think it's the right foot, and I don't know.
Oh, your driving foot.
I don't know when. That's the thing. Is there still? It's a possibility. It's not something that they've said for sure is happening.
Can I tell you what I would do? Here's what I would do if they had to take off my driving foot. I would get a British car so I could sit on the other, and I'd use my left foot for the gas. I guess, or you could just get a special pedal made for your left.
Or you could just hire a driver if you're Deion Sanders.
Maybe you want to drive myself.
You know what? No, I'm sorry. Left foot.
Oh, good. Okay, well then fine. Take that thing. I don't need it. I need the right foot to drive. I don't need the left foot for really anything. In fact, I just assume have them take it off now.
What about breaking open the hatch of a submarine that's at the bottom of the ocean?
Well, if you do that, you're going to be crushed to death and die.
That's true.
So, yeah, whether you have that foot or not is not really relevant.
True.
So
kick out the window.
You remember how happy the Packers fans were with Aaron Rodgers when he was like, telling the Bears fans, I own you. I'm your daddy. Because he keeps beating them all the time. Right. And so now fast forward, Aaron Rodgers is now heading on up to New York to play for the Jets, and Jordan Love's his time has finally come. And the Jordan Love era is a real and actual thing. And so I don't know why. Was he in France, or did just some French guy come up to him somewhere?
He was in France.
Why is he in France?
Jordan Love was in France?
Are they doing training camps in France now?
I don't know if I don't think they're doing training camps because it's not time for training camps yet. I think you might have had some time between the OTAs and the training camp and
so that's
a little
just
vacation.
A weird one by itself. But Jordan Love standing there at something, and some guy came up and says, and that translated from French means, can you say hello to some people for me on this phone? So he says, it was for, some team called the Bears, a French team. And so he gets on there and says, Happy Father's Day to all the Bears fans out there. Go Pack, go. And he hands the phone back. Well, now everybody thinks he's saying Happy Father's Day to the Chicago Bear fans, which, of course, made everybody in the Packer land very angry.
Lost their mind.
Yeah. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? What are you doing? And at least at the end of it, he says, Go Pack, go, right? And he doesn't even stop to think, ooh, I better say the Frenchy French Bears or whatever the name of the team was.
Well, the guy just said, say the French Bears. That's
right.
What the guy that handed him the phone said, but he forgot to say French.
Yeah. Well, the Frenchy French Bears.
Looked like he was wishing the Bears a happy Father's
Day. Just not a great start to the Jordan Love era.
And a lot of people thought that he was trolling the Bears basically picking up where Aaron Rodgers left off, and he had to get back on social media and correct everyone. Like, no, I wasn't trying to give the Chicago Bears bulletin board material.
Yeah.
I was talking about the French Bears. Never mind.
Yeah, the whole thing is just dumb. All you had to do is say, "Hey, happy Father's Day to all the French Bears," or whatever the name of the team was. I already forgot. And he'd have been fine. So here we go. That's misstep numero uno for Mr. Jordan Love. Hefty Lefty says he was scouting Wembanyama to play tight end for the Packers. By the way, when is this NBA draft? Because I just don't
this week,
care.
Thursday night, right?
I don't care because Phoenix Suns do not have a pick. So why would I even watch this thing? There's nothing that's going to be interesting for me. Hey, are you going to get a good pick for your Wizards there, Keon?
I think so.
Not Wembanyama. So who do you think you're going to end up with?
They've got the 8th pick, and so I've seen a lot of the mock drafts have Anthony Black going to the Wizards. He's a point guard from Arkansas. I really like the dude. I think he's going to be an awesome player. So I'm excited about that. But, it's a bunch of new guys there in the front office. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, we wish slightly good things for you just because, we appreciate the Bradley Beal thing. So good luck to you, Wizards.
Thanks. that smile was so disingenuous.
It's like the Southern woman who's like, "Oh, it's so good to see you."
Yeah, no, I've heard
Bless
that.
your heart. All right, must take break. We will come back, and we got on this day in Big Georgia sports history. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now, the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here, and I'll be betting the Diamondbacks, of course. And then I'm betting against the Yankees because I hate them. I really, really hate them. So don't miss your chance to snag a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and sign up. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. 21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
future.
Hey, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. What show was weirder, today or yesterday? I think today was weirder.
Today was much weirder.
Start off all kind of slow and weird, and then it just kind of picked
Well,
up
it wasn't
steam and
slow and weird. It just we maybe we had a few beverages at lunch, and we were weaving back to the what? You Caesar Milan now? Dog whisperer. Very well.
Ixnay on Everidge Bay, Andy Ray. They'll
Okay.
never crack my secret code.
Okay.
King of Kittens wants you to know if you don't have a left foot, do you fall out of the car when you get out?
Yes.
Oh, geez, I didn't even think about that. He'll have to have a special step made just to.
Knowing Dion, it'll be solid gold.
That's true. Joe the Show says, believe it or not, there's going to be a ton of trades for draft night picks, and Phoenix and the Wiz will definitely be involved. Not sure how Phoenix plays into that.
This is what
picks to give.
This is what I've been saying. This is where Phoenix might make up some ground. They've got some cash to give. They have some assets to trade. They have some things they can do, and there's the question mark of DeAndre Ayton hanging out there.
The cap has been exploded, man. There's no cash to give unless you're just saying.
I don't mind. For once in my fandom, the Phoenix Suns are going for it. I love it.
And it depends on what they want to do with Ayton. I keep hearing that there's not a big market for Ayton, but if there's something that they like in terms of, maybe getting some picks back.
We'll give you DeAndre Ayton for the number 1 pick, Wembanyama to Phoenix.
Yeah, that's over Greg Popovich's dead body. He is,
and we will kill Greg Popovich for you. You're welcome.
I'll have a hit team take him out.
Get that Ben-Gay Metamucil smell out of that place that quick.
Yeah, this is the guy that he tanked for. He is absolutely not giving you Wembanyama.
So really, then I was right. There's no reason to watch the draft. Zero reason.
Wait, so if you don't get the number 1 overall pick, there's zero reason to watch the draft.
We had the number 1 overall pick one time. Now we're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah. I think Wembanyama, though, no, that's not DeAndre Ayton. That's a special kind of talent right there.
We'll see.
Even though he's a Frenchy French.
Yeah, we'll see.
Joe the Show says Pacers have a lot of picks, 5 total, 3 first and 2 seconds. Ayton's not safe. So now that gets interesting. You give up we'll give you DeAndre Ayton for all 3 of your first round picks. Would they do that? Or is that too much? Am I asking too much?
I think you're asking too much.
2 first round picks for DeAndre Ayton. Too much?
I think that the Suns should try and target guys that
you're not negotiating right, Keon.
That are on the Pacers roster, though. I don't think that the Suns want these picks because you're gonna have to take time for those guys to develop. And we're looking at a team in a position that is trying to go all in to have a shot at winning a title. Ayton for Miles Turner and then a pick, is probably more useful to the Suns than 2 picks or 3 picks. Those guys are going to take some time to develop into NBA players, and the Suns aren't in the developing business, clearly.
All right. Well, okay. Then there's no reason to watch the draft. All right. That's all I was saying. Just keep coming back to that. Can I just say the Browns are idiots? Have I said that lately?
Not lately, no.
Not lately, but it's always true.
So the Browns organization is evil. The owner is evil. The quarterback is evil. And of course, now this is the only time in my entire career that I've ever said, yeah, I'd like to see that guy get hurt. I would like to see that guy get injured. I would like to see Deshaun Watson get taken out at the knees. And maybe we'd have a thing where he could be used as a foot donor for Deion Sanders. I'm just saying, I just feel like, that can't be said enough. And now they're showing themselves as kind of dumb. So, they're not going to re-sign Kareem Hunt. That's fine. and they're like, hey, we're going to add a running back, but it's not going to be a big name back.
Okay.
When you say that publicly, do you feel like the people you start talking to are going to be a little bit butthurt? Hey, wait, you said you weren't going to add a big name running back. Oh, you mean me? Oh, just why would you do that? Why would you take the confidence out of somebody that you're trying to bring in? You don't tell them, hey, we're not going to bring in a big name back and then start making phone calls. Come on, man. Don't call me. Click. I'm a big name back. Everybody has to believe they're a big name back. They have to believe they are the best player possible or available. You have to lie to yourself. But for the Browns to say, we're not getting a big name back, but we're taking you.
Well, it depends, because if you're not on a team by now, you will answer the phone and take whatever call you get.
They're just jealous. My mom said they're all just jealous.
I mean, because you're not Dalvin Cook like I would hope. I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily the worst thing that the Browns can do. If you're not getting a big name back and the Browns are giving you a phone call right now, you're already not on a roster. You are not a big name back.
Keon, I need you to get on board with the fact that I'm hating on the Browns right now.
I know.
Really use your support.
I think that I can hate on the Browns in plenty of other ways because they are the Browns.
This is the way I have chosen, and now you sound like that you're loving on the Browns. I feel like you're loving the Browns.
Why are these things polar opposites to you?
I feel like you should just support me blindly when it comes to hatred of the Browns.
Absolutely,
and the Yankees, of course, but the Browns too.
I can't support anything blindly. Yeah, it's just
I really
just not how
like
I'm wired.
When it comes to this, you should.
I know, but I can't.
That kid you're training in there right now, make sure he understands that there's probably just needs to blindly support the hatred. These guys thumbs up.
There it is. There it is.
Hefty Lefty says, if there's a running back with the last name, Small, that would be weird.
The last name Small.
Yeah, because we're not getting a big name running back.
Oh boy,
Small.
Oh, God.
Hefty Lefty, like 2 days in a row with some real stinkers.
Oh
wow,
that hurts deep down
Joe
inside.
The Show says, give Joe Mixon one more assault, and he'll be a Cleveland Brown in no time. I see. I see. That's probably that's not untrue.
Wow. The team he's on already had a reputation, but I guess Joe Burrow being there cleaned it all up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1889, the Louisville Colonels set a Major League Baseball record that still stands to this very day by losing their 26th consecutive game in a 3-2 loss to the St. Louis Browns in 11 innings at Eclipse Park in Louisville, Kentucky. The Colonels finished the season with an abysmal record of 27 wins and 111 losses. Shockingly, 10 years later, they were disbanded. Yeah, Louisville is the only American city to ever lose a Major League Baseball franchise and not have another franchise eventually replace it. 1889.
I was going to say eventually the Louisville, what were they? The Louisville
Colonels.
The Colonels rebranded themselves as the Chicago Cubs. Oh, did I say that outside?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Randy. See, this is how it works, Keon. I'm supporting him blindly.
Ow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you're right, Randy.
Ow.
Yeah. Just try it on for size, Keon. Go, yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's all I needed. That's all I ever needed. Hefty Lefty says, this was my first Father's Day, so I got bad jokes coming out the wazoo. That is damaging to somebody who usually texts at a high level of humor to now be afflicted with dad jokes.
That means the stupefaction process has begun, Hefty Lefty.
We need a vaccine, okay?
Yeah.
For dad
quicker
jokes
than anything.
Yeah.
Lost Toby says, Keon is a closeted Brown.
Gross.
Wow.
Now that's fighting words, I think. You call him a closeted Dallas Cowboys fan, he will come to your house.
But no, that's not a joke.
Bruno Baller says they still have the Louisville Slugger baseball bat, don't they?
They do, yes.
Well, they make the bats there, but they don't have a team.
They don't have a team. I think they'd rather have a team. No, you.
That is sad. You make the bats in your town, and you still don't have a team.
That is a little bit sad.
That's true.
Oh, hey, I don't know if you know this, but somebody had stolen Yogi Berra's World Series rings.
What?
And Roger Maris's MVP trophy.
What?
But they have they've made arrests. There have been arrests made. There's a ring of 9 people that were involved in the thefts of like millions of dollars of paintings, sports memorabilia, and other stuff. And I guess it happened like 20 years ago. And well, at least over the course of 20 years, at all the 20 different museums and places where they have this sort of stuff, they'd break in, they'd steal the stuff, and you never see it again. And so it took them a long time to catch them. They sold Andy Warhol stuff, Jackson Pollock paintings, all sorts of things. And I don't know how much of that stuff was recovered, but they've made arrests. And so hopefully some of these things can get recovered, or at least it's going to be. They're like, okay, if you want a reduced sentence, who'd you sell it to? Who'd you sell it to?
Mm-hmm.
And they can go start recovering some of these historical sports things as well as fine art and stuff. So I didn't even know that it was gone.
And now we've learned something new again today on this very program.
I apologize for that. It was not my intention to educate anybody on anything ever. Other memorabilia, the last Wayne Gretzky worn NHL jersey is sold $715,000. Yeah, unless it's got Gretzky's own blood on it, where you can extract DNA and clone him and create more hockey players like him. It's not worth $715,000.
I don't think Gretzky ever bled one time playing in the NHL, ever. He barely sweat.
Michael Jordan's flu game sneakers, they got auctioned off for $1.38 million. I feel like maybe that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to pay $1.38 and then you might get the flu.
That's a good point.
Those flu germs could still be on them shoes.
That's a good point. Yep.
We just got over COVID. I don't need Michael Jordan's flu.
That's the next big. Disease, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, if it turned out it was not a flu game and a hangover game, I don't want a hangover.
That's a good point too.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
You don't plan for a computer virus. You don't plan to lose files.